Dear Miss Ferricu, the tower has been a flurry of activity since Bolt, Victor, Alomah, and Aramis arrived home. According to Bolt, the two have proven themselves and are now joining the watch fully. As such, I treated the pair to a full tour of the tower and have been working to assign them rooms. I have also taken the opportunity to make the needed renovations to your room, as recently requested. I have some interesting gossip that I believe you would like to hear regarding our mysterious swordsman. Lyra was also at the tower when the four arrived, waiting for Victor. She is in town on official 8 Rings business, purchasing building materials for their continued work in the Broken Expanse, but did wish to make some time for her continued courtship of Victor. While searching for him, she passed by Aramis and acknowledged him as Blossom. According to his discussion with Alomah later that night, the title is given to those who are not accepted formally into the 8 Rings, but are allowed to live with them and provide aid. Apparently, Aramis's mother and father were former members, and had left in disgrace after she was unable to fulfill an impossible task. He was told to seek out the watch by more than just his god Zolos. Victor's mother has commanded him to aid Victor as well, though he does not know. That evening passed with the new members sharing a meal and speaking at length while Bolt worked in his room and Victor went to dinner with Lyra. The next day, the party left to introduce the new members to the local shopkeepers and restock on supplies. The two were introduced to Brawl the Alchemist, shown the Wellspring Item Company, where Victor acquired a statue that could summon a nightmare thanks to a lucky grab bag, and then introduced to Mungo. During their visit with the Grung shopkeeper, Alomah made a purchase of armor, a breastplate made of interlocking Stillwind oak leaves that should not clash with his druidic sensibilities. He has also been in discussion with Victor, whose people have a close connection with the Stillwind oak these leaves fall from. Their shopping complete, the party made their way to the mid-level to search for additional volumes of the book that Alomah believes relates to his goddess. While they searched, they also encountered an Arcanum recruiter who tried to convince them to join their new crusade. Apparently these recruiters have been relentless around the city, recruiting new soldiers for some grand quest. Intriguing, though Victor assures me that they are going to be keeping an eye on this. It was not their only encounter with the Arcanum that day. Alomah had been directed to a children's bookstore run by one Madame Talvain. They met with the woman, a golden-skinned tiefling with a commanding presence, learning from an argument with a man dressed in Arcanum robes that she is a retired mage hunter for the organization. Thankfully, she has no love for her former employer, dedicating her talents instead to entertaining and teaching children. This brings me to the main point of my letter. In short, in order to receive information on the gentleman who may know more about the missing volumes of Adelaide's tales, the group has agreed to assist the people of Southport once again. According to Madame Talvain, the children that visit her have been harassed by a gang known as the Kraken's Maw. The Watch has agreed to drive the gang out of town in exchange for the information that might lead to Lunera. They are eager to get underway, though not before sending me a missive to update why they will no longer be home for dinner. Since I have some free time, I decided to write you once again. Hopefully I will have more information on their progress soon. Until then, continue to be safe on your journey. Your humble servant, Kilobix.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Session 9 of Aneria, the Shattered Realm. Woo! That's right, the show that will eventually get to the Shattered Realms, or so we hope.
Shattered Realm was in our minds all along.
Yep, exactly. Thank you for joining us tonight. This is an exciting episode. As you can see, we are down a man. Preston...
No longer with us.
Yep, no longer with us. He got the sickness from his germy kids, and...
He's down with the sickness.
Yep. He's got that mumming rot. But in place of him, we do have Scott's brand new fantastic candy bowl that you can see on screen right now. It looks like he is a little too full.
Choked to death with candy.
Which
What's
is
his
like
name?
the same.
I don't know. What's curry backwards? Yubrick?
Yubrick.
Yep.
Yubrick.
Yep.
Damn Yubrick.
Yubrick.
Yep. He looks like he's had one too many McRibs, which are back, by the way. At the point of this recording, they are back.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
They may be gone.
Not sponsored. But yeah.
Hot take.
Yeah.
McRibs are garbage.
I love
I don't
them.
think that's a hot take.
I love them.
I mean, they can be garbage, and you can still love them.
Yes, that's
That's
true.
true.
I mean, like
Those things can be
most of those of us
simultaneously
garbage,
true.
right?
Yeah, but thank you everybody for joining us. We'll go down the usual list tonight. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. That's always fun. Ring the bell. That's still a thing. I keep forgetting about it, but it's there.
Ding,
Ring-
ding,
ding.
ding.
I don't think I've ever told people like on my channel to like do the bell.
Dallin has during a DM's episode or two.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, ring the dinger, right?
Ring the
Yeah.
dinger, smash that button,
Yep.
smash that bell.
And don't forget to check out our Discord. That's really fun. We have a lot of good discussions on there. Post a lot of good memes. Preston likes to GIF everything, which is cool. I'm not saying that like sarcastically or anything. Like that sounds like
Preston.
I'm yeah.
It's like he's not here, so
I
Yeah.
think Preston's
get 'em.
brain just works in GIF format.
That's true. Yeah.
That's probably true.
You know those people who can't imagine things?
He just
He's
is
the
all
only.
just,
Yeah, he can
just
only
memes.
imagine gifs. Yeah. And then check us out on YouTube or Twitch every Friday. We do streams. We either do a cool paint stream or a cool art stream.
or something different.
We had at the time of this recording, we had our Halloween art stream come out, and Preston did a really good doppelganger. That was
cool.
Yeah, it was a really good picture. So check that out. And I think Syrinscape is fun. They have sounds like horses and a pig. This one says pig copy. So it's a copy of a pig. It's a cloned pig. But thank you to Syrinscape for providing all of the wonderful sound effects that you're going to hear tonight, except for the occasional dog sound that actually comes from
Real
the
dogs.
dog. Yeah. Uh-huh. Thank you for proving my point. But I think that's about it. I think without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So we begin tonight just outside the bookstore to Madame Talvain's Emporium of Imagination, I believe is what the name was.
Emporium of Imagination.
Yep. You guys have just spoken with her. She has requested that you take care of the Kraken Maw gang. Despite the fact that she used to be an Arcana mage, she seems to be entrusting that to a group of adventurers that are pretty well known, and they're 2 new members, as it were. As you guys are sitting there talking, Victor does mention that he's going to follow up on the Arcanum business for you. So he's going to head off and do that specifically while you guys do what you need to with the Kraken Maw gang. So it is I'd say it's about 3 or so in the afternoon. So mid-afternoon, late or early evening, that sort of thing. What would you like to do to begin?
I would like to cast the aid spell on myself and my companions.
Okay.
D4 on our next check.
No. Aid is plus. I'm doing it at the second level, so it's 10 to your maximum hit points.
Not temps.
Not temps. Right.
Now, every other time you've done this on everybody but Bolt, are you going to cast on Victor as he walks away?
No. Victor, you'll be fine. Just don't cut off anyone's fingers. I hear you had a
No
penchant
promises.
for that.
Spot on.
Yeah, thank you. I've been told it's getting good reviews the last time I had to do it, so it's probably the one I can do. I still haven't been able to pinpoint your accent yet.
I haven't either.
That's part of the mystery of Aramis. We don't know where exactly they're from.
Yeah. He's
Based
got
on
one of those
accent, of
just
course.
weird, like, multi-blend accents.
Yep. Okay. So Alomah takes a moment to kind of sprinkle a little stardust over everyone, bolster your vitality a bit.
Well, wait a minute. Now I'm trying to think, like, who... Oh, you're just going to put that at my feet? Okay.
Oh, don't start that.
Oh, too late. Did Victor... I feel like Victor felt like he knew where the
Gang.
gang was. I'm wrong?
No. Nope. You guys don't know. All you know is that they have been harassing kids on the mid shelf or the mid tier.
Okay.
Right.
So
Maybe we should
go there.
control the tier.
Go there and see if there's.
Okay.
See if anyone will give us some information.
You're here.
Yeah,
Actually.
I was gonna say, isn't this on the mid?
You are on the mid tier. It's a big mid tier.
Is there a candy shop nearby?
Yeah, no, I don't even need to roll
or
for that.
somewhere
It's
where
a-
I
yeah,
can,
it's a
somewhere I
big-
can go get. I'm gonna go get some candy because
Well, but better way to. Oh god.
get information
Okay.
from.
Well, the kids might already be there.
Okay.
First, get a
We're
big
not
white
creepy.
nondescript van.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a white Clydesdale.
Remember, Bolt is very smart, not very wise.
Yeah. So you're able to.
How else do you get information from children? By bribing them
Yeah.
with sweets, of course.
So you are able pretty quickly. It's in the same market square. In fact, it's pretty close by. The bookshop for kids is kind of a candy store.
I'll go to the candy store for kids.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I don't know.
This whole
What is the name of this candy
street
store?
is whatever for kids.
Yeah.
For kids.
This is Kid
Whole
Street. It's like downtown Disney, but
Yes.
Have you seen
for kids.
Headsucker Proxy?
Uh-uh.
You haven't?
No.
It's one of my favorite Coen Brothers movies.
What is it?
The Hudsucker Proxy.
Okay.
It was one of their first movies. It might have been their. No, wasn't Raising Arizona. Was that Coen Brothers? Anyway,
Yeah.
Hudsucker Proxy. It's so good. It's really stupid and hilarious. It's about anyway, we don't have time. Watch it. It's a good movie.
Okay.
We don't have the time in the world. What are you talking about? We need to fill time. No, I'm just kidding.
The name of the candy shop is Fitz Fizzes.
Fitz Fizzes. I like that. Yeah. Big giant glass tubes over the archway that have kind of this bubbly, fizzly liquid inside of it.
The handles on the door are two
Bottles.
like popsicle or not popsicle suckers that you like grabbed
So
open.
it's like Willy Wonka,
Willy Wonka.
and Hogsmeade.
Yep.
Okay.
And as you enter inside, who's the shop owner? Fitz, obviously, but what is Fitz?
Oh, Fitz is a human.
Okay.
I know they're weird.
Boring.
Like you barely see humans in this world. I feel like.
Yeah,
It's true, actually. I've been trying to include more just regular humans. They're mostly Arcanum, which is kind of Empire-esque, but it is what it is.
At least they wear like blue, not white.
I mean, to be fair to the world, this is like pockets of refugees from a destroyed planet that have kind of mixed together very, very much. So a lot of like half races in this world. So he's just a human. He's got kind of frizzy black hair that seems to go almost everywhere.
Fitz's frizz.
Yeah, Fitz's frizz in Fitz's fizz.
And he's married to Miss Frizzle. Or has a cousin named Miss Frizzle.
Yes. Yeah. She's not here a lot though.
Yeah.
She has one of those My Neighbor Totoro cat buses.
I was going to say like a small airship that
Yeah.
she flies around.
Yeah. But he's currently serving just several kids. We'll say they're human kids as well.
I would just go stand and wait
Because there's not
patiently.
enough
He's
humans.
racist.
Yes, he's racist.
Oh no.
I would just go wait patiently in line.
And it's a pretty like normal shop. What he does is like you'll see like some kid orders gumballs and then runs over with a tiny little bag that you pick up from like a container, and she puts it under a little spigot, and he goes and he pours just like some multicolored gumballs down a spiral into that. It's nothing like it's not an easy like it's not a convenient way of delivery. It's just fun for
It's
the
whimsical
kid.
and fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another kid asks for like the rocks that crackle in your mouth.
Pop rocks?
No, crackle rocks.
Cracker rocks? Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry, my bad.
Jeez, we're in an area.
Well, I can honestly say I've never actually bought much candy, so
and he'll okay here, and he'll hand him like a chisel, and he goes over to this giant like almost like candy boulder, and the kid just like opens the bag and just like chisels off a little piece or two there.
like a hand crank, like mining drills.
Yeah, exactly. And it all kind of like spirals down into one of those very large like circular, the ones where you put like the penny in and it spirals around and shows you like an orbit type thing. But it's not really an orbit, I suppose, because it's not.
Gravity. In a circle.
Yeah. Sort of. And then it's your turn.
That's the machine that you put those really like nasty wafer candies in instead of coins.
And then as it's traveling along, like it picks up like frosting and like makes cool patterns of frosting.
Wow, that's very fancy.
Yeah. That's what he does. And then it's your turn. And he looks at you, and then he looks up, and he goes, "You're the biggest kid I've ever seen."
Oh, I'm much older than a child.
No, sorry. I know you are. I just do that joke every time an adult comes into my candy.
Well, ha. I like it.
Yes, of course. You are actually a construct, if I'm not mistaken.
I am. Hello, my name is Bolt.
Well, I'm Fitz.
Hi, Fitz. I am in need of some candy.
Yes.
For kids.
Of course.
The kind that kids love.
Well, kids love all kinds of candy. I mean, are you looking for sweet, sour?
By the way, this is not me. This is Bolt. Yes. Like, I wouldn't do this. I buy candy
He's hitting
for
the
myself.
silent alarm, but it's connected to the Arcanum, and it's disconnected. Kids love all sorts of candy. Is there anything specific? Is there a specific kid that this is for, or just kids in general?
We're looking for candy that would get a kid to give us information.
With that, I'm just like backing out of the store. Like, my god.
Forgive me. Fitz was.
Yes.
Perhaps I might be able to help out here a little bit. We're actually we've been hearing rumors and thought perhaps you might know, since you obviously love children.
That's true. I do.
They are your primary customers. We've been hearing that some children in this neighborhood have been getting harassed, bullied by a gang. I don't know if you've heard any complaints from any of your customers.
There's been a couple kids who haven't been able to come to the shop recently because they've lost their coin, their little pocket change that they get from their parents. I did hear.
Kids also like, I got plenty of money.
Money buys candy, and then they can pick their own candy.
You can exchange money for goods and services.
Exactly. Give me a persuasion check with disadvantage really quick, because he's still very wary of
He's like, why am I explaining basic commerce?
Yeah.
I don't have to eat. I don't really have a need for things, so.
That is persuasion.
Yes.
Disadvantage 15.
Okay. Still good enough. He calms down a little bit, realizing that perhaps it's not malicious, just ignorant.
While you're doing this, I'm going to go over to like the most like crazy contraption he has and start like examining it, because I lost interest in he wouldn't give me the candy information, the information candy.
So he has one of those. He has one of those devices that you like pull and it like spreads out and collapses on itself.
Work. Yeah.
However,
sphere.
Yeah, Hobron sphere. However, it's a Fitz sphere in this universe, Scott. We're in an area.
Fitz sphere.
And every time you open it, you see that it's got like taffy on the inside. So you're basically like making your own taffy as you're expanding.
I'm very fascinated by this.
Yes. So anyway, so I did ask around a little bit, and apparently there are a few children that say that they've been losing their pocket change to ruffians. It's a nasty business, of course.
I assume you're friends with Madame Talvain from the Imagination Emporium?
Yes, I am. She is such a lovely woman. Wouldn't you agree?
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yes.
In fact, she's the one that asked us to look into this.
Did she tell you to come by here?
Well, to be
no,
honest,
that was all my idea.
yes. My friend Bolt was smart enough to deduce that there might be a lot of children around here.
Yes, I mean, yeah, as you can see, and obviously there are still some kids like kind of wandering around a little bit. I do suppose that if you are looking for the location of like where they're being mugged, I would recommend towards the schoolhouse. That would probably be the place. If I were a gangster of some kind trying to take money from children, who would ever harm a child, in my opinion?
Despicable.
The worst. I would probably start there, just because that's where they would be probably the most tired, they're most vulnerable, you know.
Excellent idea. Do we know where the schoolhouse is?
I believe I know where it is.
I can give you directions as well, and he just gives you a quick, like, left here, right there, left here, you know, kind of thing to get to the closest schoolhouse.
Yeah, go down to Clover Street and take a right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's on Clover Street.
Head south.
Now, is there anything else that I can provide for you?
Personally, I don't have much of a taste for candy. I know that's odd, but
I'm more your sort typically do not enjoy sweets.
I'm more of a savory
person myself. Well, I do have a few. I have a few candied apples that might provide a little bit. They're kind of chewy, with the caramel on them, but I suppose
It's like peanut butter on the top of the mouth.
Yeah, it'll make it look like Alomah's talking.
Perhaps another time.
Of course. Would you mind waiting a moment? If you're going back to Madame Talbane, I'd like to send a gift to her.
Of course.
Sort of a, neighborly thing to do, right? Send gifts to your business associates?
Of course. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have any sort of romantic interest in her at all.
No, of course not. Anyway, I'll be right back. And he will leave the front of the shop, and you can hear just kind of like some rummaging around.
Do all small shop owners end up getting into relationships? Is that a pretty common thing from...
Not being a shop owner, I'm not sure if I can answer that question.
All this time I'm still playing with it, but now my hands are covered in taffy. Because I was like trying to get the...
Yeah.
I figured out how the mechanism worked. Well...
And he'll come back and he'll see that and he'll go, "Oh, do you want me to take care of that for you?"
Sure.
Okay. And he'll snap his fingers and a pink mage hand will appear and it'll just like scoop all of it up off of you and just take it and throw it back into the toffee thing.
I was going to say I don't have
Prestidigitation.
but also in my head I'm thinking, that's disgusting. I wonder how many more people have had their hands cleaned from that mage hand and then just thrown back into the vat.
The device itself has prestidigitation permanently enchanted on it, so it is always clean.
Germadigitation.
Yep. Yeah. Actually, sorry, he doesn't snap his fingers. He's gonna blow a gum bubble mage hand, and that's going to be.
There you go.
Yeah, that is.
That's what when you said pink hand, I was like,
Yeah.
bubble gum.
Yep. And that was my intention too, but it was I forgot that you can blow bubbles. And then he's going to hand you a small little parcel. It looks very fancy. And he said, "That is for Madame Talbane. Be sure to tell her it's from me, and tell her to stop by if she requires some more candy. I know that it's particularly of her taste. And for each of you, I do have a small something to tell your friends about me, of course." And he's going to hand you a tiny caramel apple. Okay. And it looks like a miniature apple, and with caramel on it. He's going to hand Aramis. He's like, "You look like the sort that would enjoy an Argentum Jawbreaker." And he's going to hand you an his personal Argentum Jawbreaker. Yep.
All right.
And he said that is guaranteed to be a candy that you need to work on, not just try to bite your way through.
You can use it to break someone's jaw.
And for you, and he's going to pull out this small little tiny bag, and he said, "These are the hottest of the hot that I have as far as they go." And you open it up, and it's cinnamon owlbears.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's like, they are the spiciest things that I have. And it is fairly, like, you can taste it throughout your,
steam.
That's also just from your arm, though.
Yes, just a tip.
And if you do feel the need...
That's build up. I haven't used cloud... I haven't used the cloud thing in a while.
If you don't mind, what does this do?
It's just
delicious?
Tasty, delicious, yes.
Right.
But not everything needs to have a purpose, my young friend.
I'll pop it in my mouth and chew.
Yeah, and chew. And
chew.
And chew. And chew. And it is a bit more savory than it is sweet, but there's definitely still some sweet in there.
Caramel meaty apple.
Meaty apple, yep.
Nice.
You've heard of Cascadia's Tower.
Yes.
On the top of the hill.
Yes,
We're the Wayward
Tuscadia
Watch.
was an old friend of mine.
Oh, we're the Wayward Watch. We inherited it,
Oh, really?
so to speak.
You know, there might be a couple of my items still in that tower. If you see anything with my name written on it, would you return it to me?
Oh, of course.
Obviously, like, technically it is your property, but I am letting you know that Tuscadia was one to borrow things and to never give them back.
If we,
She has my weed whacker.
oh, okay.
What does a
It's
weed whacker
It's
look
a
like
plant
in
that
there?
whips you.
It is literally just a plant that whips.
It uses thorn whip on you all the time.
Yeah.
You walk by. I'll ask.
It's
I'll
just
ask
a big
Kel if he
weed
knows.
that whacks
he
you.
knows with it.
Yep. And he does have his name written on that plant somehow.
Well, it's on the pot. It's just like written on the
Yeah,
pot.
sure, on the pot.
Carved into it. That's how he found out that it was alive or it was animated.
Yeah, it wasn't before, but yeah.
As soon as he carved his name, ow, 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 ow.
Why would you even want that returned? I can't imagine.
Well, I created it. I should hope that.
Sometimes the kids might get a little rowdy, and you need some way to discipline them.
And
Whack!
there are some uses to beating candy into submission, as it were.
Right.
I'm back out again.
Ready to back out again. Yeah.
Speaking of candy, I actually have a couple ideas on some unique inventions.
Really?
I actually build stuff.
I can tell your armor is very intricate.
Thank you.
Pretty armory, I think.
Yes, it's very honoring.
Very true.
I'm fine. The armor, just ornery as shit.
Armory, not honorary.
Yeah. If you send word up to the tower, when I get back, I'll whip something up and have it sent over.
Of course, I'd be delighted.
Free of charge for your help.
Oh, thank you. I do appreciate that. I'm always looking for a new collaboration. As you can tell, Artifice is sort of my thing.
As mine as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you very much for coming in. Now, if you excuse me, I see some rowdy kids that need sweets and then being sent home to their parents.
Poor parents.
Yes, but I do love hearing the sounds of children's laughter. I almost said screams. That would be weird. He was just going to walk away.
Then there's a back dungeon.
Yeah, the weed whacker. The weed whacker. It's an unruly child whacker. All right.
Okay, let's head to the school.
Okay. You head down to Clover Street, which has the school yard there. It's abandoned at this point of day. Not abandoned, but like there are no children running around. There are a couple like very primitive like stickball game courts, that sort of thing. I don't really know the sports in Aneria. I'm not an Aneria sports guy. Like
Quidditch.
yeah, Quidditch. A variation on Quidditch.
Brazingich.
There's curling. And
Yeah,
That's just
Those are the
weightlifting.
only
That's
two.
just weightlifting.
no.
yeah, no, there are weights in this schoolyard that looks like it might be a prison.
It's a pretty rough neighborhood.
It's the mid tier. It shouldn't be a rough neighborhood, but it is. And yeah, there is because we're beyond the trend tonight. There's a human woman standing outside, and she is currently beating the heck out of a rug on the.
Oh.
Beating the heck out of a child.
I was like,
And I was just gonna go, well, you must have deserved it.
No, there's like there's just like a large rug that has like the common ABCs listed on it, and she's just beating all of the dust out of it as you approach. She's got kind of a mousy look to her. She's got spectacles on, kind of brown hair that looks like it was probably done up nicely at the beginning of the day, but is now kind of frazzled at the end of it.
Hello, miss. We are looking for some children.
And she glances at you, glances at the armor and weapons that you're wearing. Aramis is getting out of there once again.
allow me. Forgive my friend can sometimes be a little tactless. Let's be honest.
If you're looking for children, you shouldn't. Well, I should be calling the guard on you.
We've heard that there have been some children being accosted, or
Wait, you aren't Kraken Ma?
no, but we're looking for them so that we can, let's say, teach them a lesson.
Ah, something I know well.
Or encourage them to leave permanently.
Punish them with violence, really.
I probably don't want to know the specifics on that. But if you're looking for them, they usually come around a couple blocks down. Those alleyways that you see, the kids love to kind of go through them. It's sort of like a maze. You know, there's a lot of little boxes in there that have been abandoned, that sort of thing. A lot of stray dogs that like to growl, as you can hear, and they do like to just kind of wander around. But lately, a couple of those thugs and ruffians have been frequenting the place and accosting the kids. I've tried to talk to anybody who would listen about it. The Arcanum is busy, apparently, and the local guard in Salzport isn't exactly a guard. It's more of a mercenary group that's been hired to take care of businesses that can pay the fees, not random citizens.
Children don't fall under their jurisdiction.
Not really. Salzport, for all of its wonderfulness, it's sort of a... Well, it's still sort of a...
It's a little libertarian.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Don't know what that means, but yes. Actually, I probably would know what that means. I'm a school teacher. I should look that word up.
Kids, today we're going to learn about libertarians.
We're going to learn how to make Salzport great again.
That's another sow. I don't know. No, we're not doing that. as much fun as it would be.
Must go.
But I suppose you're looking for a little bit more specifics than that.
Well, as much information as you could give us.
Yeah.
We were sent by Madame Tavern.
You were?
From the Emporium of Imagination. Yes.
She is just the best. She's a great pillar of the community around here. I'm glad that she's finally... Not finally. That sounds harsh. I'm glad she's taking an interest in making sure the children are safe. As far as the Kraken Maw goes, the local leader, I tried to speak to him once or twice and been brushed off, unfortunately. But his name is Altaros. He is a Minotaur, which with an ironic name, in my opinion. But he runs the local gang Kraken Maws, and as far as I know, him and his people, that they like to frequent and run their business out of the Withering Well Tavern.
The Withering Well. And it's likely we might find them there now.
Eventually. I don't know about currently. I'm not sure their day-to-day goings on, but as far as it goes, they should be there this evening at least. They like to get drunk every night.
Well, perhaps we ought
Sounds
to
like a good time. We should go there.
stake out the place and see if we can persuade them to leave town.
We appreciate the information. Before we head out, is there anything we can do to help the school or yourself directly?
Well, I mean, we're always looking for donations, either of materials or money to help kind of further the education of the children. I mean,
sure.
how
I pull
much...
out the pig and I take out 50 platinum. Would this help?
Yes. And she's like, I was just going to ask you to fix the roof. If you
we
had
could
to.
also do that, but
No,
probably not right now.
this is... I can fix the roof. I can make a whole new school. And she kind of like quickly like realizes how much money she's holding and like squirrels it away in her pockets. And she's like, yes. If
Make sure to buy them lots of candy.
Yes, I have a trip to make to a Balin's Bank.
I have a trip to make to an island somewhere in the
No,
Bahamas.
I just won the jackpot, you little shit. No, I
quit.
If you're heading towards
has a
the
contract
Withering
with
Well, may I ask you to escort me? Now that I have an incredible amount of wealth on me, I don't feel safe.
I do guess that would be something to worry about.
Thank you. And she goes, just a few moments, and she leaves back into the building. There's some rummaging, and she comes back out. She's no longer wearing it almost looks like
she's wearing her plate armor.
Yeah. I'm ready to go.
Carrying her mace.
Yeah. She's got a giant tower shield. she kind of looks like when she comes out, she's not wearing the sort of like plain dress that you saw her in. It almost looks like that may have been like a smock that she throws over her regular clothes, but she is wearing just like a little bit of a nicer dress. Her hair's been fixed a little bit, and she says, I am ready to go.
Well, lead the way.
Thank you. And she'll start walking. I do appreciate it. That this will help out the school immensely. I'm going to have to spread this around to the other community as well.
Oh, feel free. We didn't properly introduce ourselves. I'm Bolt. This is Aramis. This is Alomah.
You're the Wayward Watch.
Yes, correct.
Yes, I've heard. I heard about your acquisition of the tower. Mm-hmm. I have not heard of you two though. It's nice to meet you.
Thank you. Equal.
Likewise.
We're rather new.
Yeah. You're
just initiated, actually.
And you're a half elf, but do you have a symbol of Zolos anywhere on you that you carry?
Yeah, on a necklace.
Yeah. She goes, that's not a very common deity that you have there.
Indeed. You recognize this? Or?
Yes. I've read all about. I when I was studying at it wasn't the Millibrax College, but we'll just say it's some college in Manaport. When I was studying in Manaport, I majored in religious studies. So I'm very familiar with the deities and practices of other
What does
cultures
that
as
symbol
well.
look like?
It's probably like a bonfire with...
It's definitely like maybe it got like the X, the bonfire, and like the flame is in between the two crosses on the X. You know, yeah.
For sure. Yeah, some variation on a bonfire like that.
Tell me, as a scholar of religion, did you ever come across any teachings about Lunera?
Not until about 2 years ago. Once I realized that there were things that had been hidden, I actually started scouring around to see what sort of hidden tomes I could find.
So that was us. Not necessarily these two, but...
Oh, that means... Well, thank you for that then, because that's obviously been a good thing for
I
everyone.
hope it hasn't caused you much distress.
No, it's been enlightening. I have come across a few snippets of the Goddess of the Moon.
She just recites the whole book that she's read to her kids
Yeah.
1,000 times.
Typically, she was a protector of the night. She was a seeker of truth. She always wanted to shine light on the darkest areas of society, that sort of thing. And her followers were very much a sort to enact justice against those that sought to use her time or her son's time rather, as a means to do evil deeds.
Her son's time.
Yes, the son of dusk, Lurian. He is the patron deity of the night.
He's the one you met at the.
She just stops and she just stares at you. You've met a god?
Well, technically a few, actually. One of them died right in front of us. That was a weird day.
You're talking Davros.
No. So maybe two have died right in front of us?
I thought you might have been responsible for what happened at the beacon. No judgment here, although, again, the Arcanum's lack of presence in Salsport has been missed.
That's kind of why we're on a bit of a quest to help as best we can.
Which god died in front of you?
Oh, what was his name? From the wind place. Hasmondale.
That's
that
the name
was the place.
Yeah, I don't remember his name.
Did he have a name, or was he just like the god of 1,000 winds?
He was the Eternal Gale.
Eternal Gale.
That's right.
Yep.
Gale.
Gale.
How's it going, buddy?
His name was Gale.
Gayle. Yeah, the Eternal Gale.
The god of wind is dead.
Yes, unfortunately, he was infected with some sort of aberration or disease that was taking over his body, and it ended up
Something that could infect a god is not something that I want to meet.
we killed it, but
Well, the Wayward Watch must be pretty powerful indeed. And she kind of like relaxes a little bit after. Yeah. But back to Lunera. Yeah, her husband was not Davros. Sorry, Davros. I said Davros to you. Hanabrasis was the name.
Yeah. And he wasn't a god. He was like a demigod, right? Or like a sun. Because an angel.
Technically he was he was not an angel. He was like a demigod. Yeah, but he is the child of two gods. But you did.
And the sun.
Yeah, Davros.
I mean, that would technically make him a god at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was technically.
He was an adolescent. He matured.
If you talk about that at all, she'll mention that as far as I can gather, the spell that transferred us to the Astral Sea was very much a draining spell. So a lot of the deities that took part in that, the local gods, obviously, there are those gods of the multiverse that kind of wander around everywhere and have followers.
And we've also talked to a group called the Trio.
The Trio?
Yeah.
A nice little group of local nature spirits. As far as I'm aware, they are pretty prominent these days in Aneria.
And something about the Choir of the Crags.
Yeah. Yeah, there was
It's
like an old relic
that's not a deity that I'm familiar with, unfortunately.
Well, I can come and tell the story to your class if you'd like.
Roll me a persuasion check with disadvantage.
Perhaps you ought to write it down and let her tell the story.
An 18. I rolled a crit and a 19.
Oh wow!
So an 18.
I mean,
there's a very interesting story about a woman made out of chains.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Is it kid friendly?
What? Yeah, it's the truth.
I don't know this story. I can't back it up.
Yeah, but,
Dallin knows
yes,
it,
I would absolutely.
Can you like, what's the opposite of help? Like,
harm? I want to take the hinder action.
I would like to take the hinder action.
It was already at disadvantage. Yeah, she says, I would, if you want to schedule a time, I'd be happy to, yeah.
Sure, just...
So long as it is kid-friendly, I don't want to have any angry parents talking to me.
I mean, I wouldn't be lying to them or anything.
You might want to have him tell you the story first, just to make sure that it's appropriate for your class.
That might be a good idea. We can talk in
Sure, just come by the tower in the next couple days.
Of course. Anyway,
I'll get Kilowix to reenact the whole thing.
Sorry. We keep getting sidetracked by all of the gods that you've apparently met.
Yeah.
You've also met the Baba Yaga.
Yeah. That's,
The Emerald Stag.
yeah.
There's
the other god.
Technically, you've met like all of the nature spirits in the Ungol and marshlands, the snail
true.
one, and the toad. You know,
Glitterbug, maybe?
Glitterbug may be a god. As far as the Nera goes, it was her and her husband Davros, and then the Hanabrasis, the son of Dawn, and Lurian, the son of Dusk, and then there was a third sister, but she wasn't. She was like a half sister. Davros had an affair. You know how gods are.
Yes, they can be
Yes.
fickle. Some Davros in
That's
particular.
she's more of a demigod herself.
Her name was.
It's been lost. I haven't been able to find anything other than mentions that there was a third sibling, but she was a half sister to the other two, and her name seems to be stricken from the records, even the recovered records.
Not of Lunira's line, then.
No, not of Lunira's line. So I'm not sure how relevant that is, but you know how family trees are.
Had you heard anything about what happened to her?
Well, as far as I can tell, and she kind of glances up at the sky, like where the moon typically would be. With the way that the moon is broken, I would assume that she's dead, just like half the other gods here.
I can attest that she is not.
Really?
I have heard her voice.
Do you have any like specific writings
I
from her or anything?
As a matter of fact, I do, and I'll pull out my star map.
And
Show it
she's
to
going
her.
to. May I?
Of course.
And she starts looking through it, and she goes,
I found this in the Emerald Wilds at a temple dedicated to Lunira.
"This is very interesting. Do you think you could pinpoint the place in the wilds?"
I could. Do you have a map?
And she is going to be like, just a second. And she'll duck right into a map store that you guys are conveniently passing by at that time.
Oh, look, it's maps are us.
Exactly. And she'll come back out with a rolled up map of
Mabel's maps.
Mabel's maps of the Emerald Wilds, like specifically. And it's not, there's not a lot of detail. There's like, here's the whole wilds. Here's Sky Peak. Here's like some known areas. There's this one up here that is marked as strange giant colossus that showed up a couple years ago.
Wow, that's more detail than our map.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's only of the Emerald Wild. Like, it's not of the whole of Aneria, right?
So, this was before the Colossus.
Okay.
But it was here in sort of the northeast quadrant, near maybe only a few miles in, on the northeast here, and I just kind of show her, roughly where I was when I found the temple.
Yeah, and she'll be very interested in every single detail that you can provide. Yeah. She'll ask a bunch of like follow-up questions, like, do you remember any other landmarks around it, or at least like during your travels, which direction did you come from to get there, that sort of thing.
Yeah, so, like I came from the mountains. I'll do the best I can to kind of describe like the journey that I took in order to get there.
And afterwards, she's gonna roll up and she's gonna say, "Thank you. Surely I can't take an expedition. I got the kids to take. I'll worry about that later."
she jingles the the platinum,
and she goes, "Yes, but if I find anything out, or if any of my colleagues that also are interested in deities find anything out about this Lunera, I'll let you know."
I would be so grateful.
Yeah.
Why don't we?
What was her name again?
Fund your search. As the least we can do. We need the information. We might as well.
That's true.
My name is Tabitha. Tabitha Featherfall. You would fund a full expedition for me.
What do you suppose that might cost?
A standard expedition to the Emerald Wilds would be maybe about 900 gold, maybe 1,000, if it were. I mean, we're talking airship travel, collections. Obviously, the Emerald Wilds is still a very hostile jungle, so it would be you would have to hire help, or at least guides that could help tame things, that sort of thing. Some druids.
All right, guys. Sounds like we're going on an expedition.
You get some quotes and let us know.
Right. I'll go down to the local expedition store.
Expeditions are us.
Yes, expeditions are us.
It's Ernie's expeditions.
Are us.
Very trustworthy.
Yes. I'll let you know in a couple of days when I come by for the story as well. As far as, and I don't mean to cut our conversation short because I am interested in continuing that. As far as Zolos goes, he's usually a god that requires deals in order to serve him. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, I guess in a way, yeah.
How has your experience with him been? There's not a lot of followers, so there's not a lot of written material.
Well, I understand the importance of it, I guess. It's been all right.
Yeah.
Can't complain.
All right.
Haven't gotten a bad end of the deal yet.
If you need to talk about it, I am here. Or actually, sorry, that's very insensitive. I would love to ask some questions regarding your god at a scheduled time, if you'd be comfortable with it.
You're not alone. It can be difficult to get past the wall with this one.
Well, we can certainly try.
Well, put it on the calendar and we'll sit down.
Of course. It sounds like I'll be speaking with the Wayward Watch for a little while now. I just realized there's been no sounds going on at all. It's been very quiet here. I wonder why that is.
That's the game. The game's driven everything away.
Yep. But yes, let's table that for now. I'll come by in a couple days. Is there somebody? Do I just send a missive to you to set up a time?
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
The goblins are
the goblins.
Stray dog.
Well, we are near the Balin's bank, so there's plenty of goblins around.
Yeah, just contact Kilobex. He's our keeper of the tower.
Of course.
He handles all of our scheduling.
I'll send a missive. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Now, thank you for escorting me. Thank you for the generous donation and the offer to fund an expedition. that is
Now, how
this
many?
day is not going the way that I thought it would.
Now, how many kids would you be bringing along the expedition? Your whole class, or possibly the school?
I into the Emerald Wilds.
This seems very educational.
None. No.
Oh,
Danger.
give me that
Dangerous.
50 bucks.
Yeah, you got to use the money well.
Children are not very adept at defending themselves. Bolt.
Oh, maybe we should start a self-defense class.
In our spare time.
I mean, you seem like you're handy in a fight.
Yeah, but I'm not a good teacher, and I'm not great with kids.
We're always looking for members to chip in around the community. I know you're technically based out of the upper rim, or the upper shelf, as it were.
We pretty much consider all of Salzburg our home.
The mid tiers is tight knit communities, and we all communicate. But we have a lot of programs to try and better the children here. So, but I do appreciate it. Now, if you excuse me,
This is the tavern.
No, this is the bank. The tavern is just farther down. And you'll take a right off of Clover Street onto Four-Leaf Clover Street. It's a terrible naming system.
It's a four-way stop.
It's a four-way stop. Yeah.
Got it.
And then you'll
Confused with Third Clover.
yes, Third Clover Lane, which is up that way actually, and yeah, that's the red light district.
Is that where they make red lights?
Yes, I'm just gonna say yes because the alternative is not something that I'm going to elaborate on. Thank you so much. I'm going to deposit this money into the school's fund because it feels very nerve-wracking in my pockets. I do appreciate.
You need to get yourself one of these, and I squeak the pig a little.
The children would absolutely love that. In fact, I might get more donations from the parents if the kids know that they can feed it. You've given me a lot to think about, Wayward Watch. I'm going to have to discuss this.
Go to Mungo's. He'll be able to find anything you need.
I'm not familiar. Is that a mid-tier shop?
No, he's down in the lower tier. You
Right.
Can't miss it out near the docks.
Sounds.
You might want to. Are you married?
No, I'm single. Is that relevant to Mungo's?
I don't think so.
Yeah, there's three different.
Take a bodyguard.
Oh, okay.
You know you're there when you hit you in the nose.
Right.
You're in the right spot.
Thank you, Wayward Watch. I do appreciate it. I'm gonna have so many stories to tell my cats tonight. And she says as she walks.
I'll let him know that you're coming.
Yes, of course, Mungo's. Yeah, so she's gonna enter Balin's bank out of your hair.
I send all of the trysts down there.
No, her name is Tabitha, not Trist.
Oh, right.
That's a different.
Well, now I
school
send
arm.
Tabitha down there too.
Okay, but you can continue on your way when you are ready.
To the
Okay, so making your way to the Withering Well. I tried to avoid that exact phrasing, but yes. You guys enter, or you guys see just kind of this kind of dreary old-looking tavern. Surprisingly, on this mid-tier, it looks a little bit more rundown than you're expecting. There is a...
Perhaps he needs a donation as well.
You're going to fund the entire mid-tier.
You know what? We're just going to gentrify the whole place, all right?
Bankroll the mid-tier and then come for collection money.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a new gang in town. Once we run out the old gang.
But the sign on the tavern is, in fact, like a well that looks like it's seen better days. Like it's... And I'm not talking about the sign, even though that is a bit weathered itself, but this is like a... It looks like it's like a crumbling well.
It's on brand.
Yeah, it is very much on brand.
It might be their marketing strategy.
Yep.
I'll go in.
It's fairly dark in here right now. You know, I mean, there's plenty of candles to light everything up, but you can definitely tell that they have an ambience of night all the time in here. Mm-hmm. Your eyes adjust quickly. There's a couple patrons in just sort of drinking a standard mead sloppily. The bartender is human, but that was determined before the game night tonight. This time, kind of a burly man. We'll just say that he has a handlebar mustache. I realize I'm just describing the bartender from the yawning portal here, but yeah, he'll look up and he'll say, Welcome, welcome. What can I get you?
Ale.
Ale? Any particular brand or?
Bottom
Just
shelf.
for just a sec. I want to see if I can do the
Flickering
fire.
lights?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit of flickering lights here.
There we go. Nice.
Yeah, I'll get you a bottom shelf ale. That would be completely fine. And for you two, do you drink
Oh, I'm the maid.
mead? Meadstead okay, or you want something fancier?
Meadstead's fine.
Okay.
Do you have any chili?
No food here, unfortunately. Just alcohol.
Your spiciest alcohol.
Got it.
It's like a margarita with jalapeno.
Yeah. Yeah. So after a
Fireball.
few moments of a literal fireball. Yeah. After a few moments, he'll hand you kind of a glass with fire that you blow out.
No, I just drink it.
You got the fire rimming your lips a little bit. He'll hand you a Meadstead mead, and he'll hand you a nice pale ale. Yep, because that's the easiest one to remember the name of.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a pale ale. And it goes just
Comes in a
passing
pail.
through. Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Pale ale.
Like just one of those, like, you know, the little ones that you get peanuts in at like Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
One of those.
Just visitors
It's super
passing
dark,
through. Are
though.
you new here?
Some of us are new, some of us have been around a while. But if you don't mind, our businesses are open.
Of course.
To the table in the corner.
Yeah, feel free. Typically, we have one or two cloaked characters take that up, so it's a prime spot right now.
Our cloaks on the house.
No, unfortunately, you have to bring
There's just like a row.
BYOC.
There's like a
The rack
row.
of mysterious adventure.
You know how, like, when you
cloaks?
like people go to the restaurant where
Yeah, smoking pipe.
yeah, they have the dress code. You didn't come in. They're like, here's like the jacket.
Shame jacket.
Yeah. Get bowling shoes.
Yep.
You can rent them. You can rent a cloak. $1 per hour.
There is definitely a rent a cloak
Like right across the
service.
street.
Yeah, like right across the street. Yeah. Hey, yeah. So you guys make it to the corner booth. You make it to the corner. Congratulations.
Do we
Search
need to
for
roll for
traps.
that?
Yeah. So you guys sit down. A couple hours pass. You order a few more drinks. Nurse them slowly, hopefully. Unless anybody is just getting sloshed, then you can let me know. But after a couple hours, you do see like more people start filtering in. A couple like waitresses, barmaids show up for their shift, that sort of thing. And eventually, you do like the doors open up and kind of a rowdier group. Let me see how many there are here.
How many humans are there?
Ooh, that's a good question.
At some point, I would have, excused myself to the outhouse and put on my new armor.
Yeah. Come back and you realize it. Like you walk out with it, it's all shiny, and you're like, this is gonna look very like imposing. So you go to rent a cloak. Yeah. Put on a copper cloak. Yeah. Not a copper as in
A one copper cloak.
Yeah, one copper cloak.
Very
Made of
tattered.
copper. That cloak is more expensive. There are 1, 2,
That's
3,
a 10 copper cloak.
4, 5. There are a total of 5 that kind of walk in. Their head is kind of a large minotaur. He's draped in what appears to be like an animal fur of some kind. It's indeterminate at this point. Like, he doesn't have like the bear head or anything on it like that. They're a human woman with kind of like a rapier.
Sorry, you said a minotaur?
Yes. There's a human woman with a rapier in kind of a standard like pirate, get up, the puffy shirt and pants, that sort of thing. There is an orc that follows them in, a grung, and then a small little halfling that has a couple of daggers that he's, I'd be like, twiddling through his fingers, that sort of thing.
Let's see.
And
Do
then-
I walk right up to the minotaur and tell him
Enough talk. Let's fight.
Yeah, how much would you on my fist?
Stop.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the bartender and I'm gonna set down like a bag of like 100 gold.
And
what's this?
preemptively be like, sorry.
What's this for?
Your bar's about to get real messy.
And I'm going to
And,
walk
and
up.
he does glance directly over at the 5 that are getting a table right now and talking to one of the barmaids.
Yep, I'll stand up and walk over to the minotaur.
Yeah. And he'll He'll look at you.
Excuse me,
We'll
are
stay
you
close.
Alturus? Alturus.
That depends who's asking.
I'm Bolt of the
Bolt.
Wayward Watch.
Oh, you're that adventuring group that I've been hearing about.
Mhm.
How can I help you?
Well, for one, you can stop messing with the kids.
Oh, I see. You've been hired by one of the locals. Who was it? Was it that tiefling woman?
No, it was not the tiefling.
He's definitely inciting you on that. Roll me deception.
Do I get a? Let's see.
You don't get advantage on
No, I have
deception.
something for it.
Do
The
you?
rune carver.
Inspiration.
Yeah, let's see.
I mean, you have your flash of genius, right? That you can at
Yeah.
least add your intelligence to.
Part of the rune carver thing. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see here. Ruru, yeah.
Meanwhile, the barkeep is likely
While
at the door. He's
wearing-
like, can you
let's see.
please just not?
Yeah, I have
Can you take it
advantage.
outside.
Just set
I have
another
advantage on charisma
going on the
checks.
table on the bar.
Fine, I'll try and get people cleared out.
I have advantage on charisma checks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I
Oh,
have the
because
rune.
of your rune.
Yep.
Is it?
It says deception.
Okay, deception. I was gonna say, is it like a specific?
It's not just charisma in general.
Right,
it's
right,
just
right.
deception.
Okay, 2 on go.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. 11.
He goes, yeah, I thought it might be her.
No, it's definitely not her. I said it wasn't her. Anyway, stop messing with the kids.
How about you just stay out of our business? You don't want to get involved with the Kraken laws. We're getting pretty big.
I mean, we have.
Like,
I
Barstool
cast.
scoots back.
I cast.
Like the woman in the pirate outfit is going to glance over at you.
I'm gonna
I cast Spirit Guardians.
pick
Okay.
up the loot sword and bang, like I'm ready to go.
Do you like project like a stars on the ceiling type of a thing?
I
They all
just-
start like swirling slowly.
Yeah, I just bring my hands together and I just go, and it's like almost like stardust, like as they
Okay.
all kind of go out.
There's some shouts of alarm from some of the other patrons, and all 5 of them are going to stand up, and we're going to go ahead and get into combat, I suppose.
Okay.
There's no more talk. Let's fight. We'll be right back.
Don't you chew on my fist?
All right, let's go ahead and reveal that wonderful, wonderful battle map for the evening. Maybe
Number 3.
number 3. Oh, that's right. I hit the wrong button there. As you can see, there are plenty of other patrons in here. The barkeep behind the bar. You've got, but you do have a few others that are standing up and pulling weapons on you. 4 other thugs around everywhere, and then you also see a barbarian kind of in your kind of standard hide with a powerful glaive that's been leaning up against the wall that he picks up as well.
That's my old character. I love him.
Yes, I get to use all of your old figures that Scott painted as mooks in my other games, and I love it. But yeah, let's go ahead and grab some initiatives here. Starting with Aramis. 18. Bolt. 4. Alomah.
20.
20.
Nice.
Perfect.
No, sorry. I know I shouldn't have in the first place.
It's alright.
Yeah.
I apologize for my dog's incessant behavior. He got all of his hair shaved off, and now he's super frisky and has tons of energy. He won't stop. So much for being 11 years old.
Yeah. Okay. Hey. No. Then, starting us off tonight, what is your dexterity bonus?
+2.
+2. Okay. And what is your intelligence bonus?
-1.
Then, starting us off tonight is actually the Minotaur.
Okay. He takes damage from Spirit Guardians.
Yes. And what is the save on that again?
18 Wisdom. Oh wait, it went up because our proficiency bonus went up,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
19 Wisdom.
He does make his save.
What? Get out of here, you wise Minotaur.
You wise Minotaur. You might find out why in just a moment here.
Let's see.
Oh, why is it?
Wisetar. Is a
Yeah,
special,
Wisetar, eh?
special type of Okay, sorry, I need to roll the damage. I did it at the 5th level, so it's gonna be 5d8. And where are my d8s? I swear. Here's another one. Okay, well. Alright, that is... Holy crap, those are some bad rolls. Wow.
Starting
I
it off.
better make up for it. Not really. 14 damage total.
14. So yeah, these guardians basically burst out along with a power cord from the bar, and they start pummeling this. Like they rush towards this minotaur and start attacking him. And he goes, "That's it!" And as he stands up, you can see his body kind of shift and morph and spin into a cyclone of water that takes on an elemental shape. So he's actually going to be replaced with a water elemental.
He's just wearing a minotaur's body.
Okay, that's going to be. We're going to use
Roll
that
the
for something
dodge, a
here.
water elemental in minotaur clothing.
Actually, he does feel like a druid now that you are paying attention. So, hence the good wisdom. Like, so he is going as
Who are
a
you?
water
So wise,
elemental.
the way of Druid.
He is going to
Can you concentration,
move.
right?
Yes.
Colby?
Yes.
Concentration.
He is going to rush forward into Alomah's space. That's what the 2x2 is for, to show where the actual figure is. Because he's actually in your space. He's going to
I see.
swirl around you. Yes.
Nice.
Yep. And then once he is in there, I need you to make a strength saving throw as he basically starts pummeling you and swirling you around.
He put you on the wash cycle.
Yes, he did.
Okay. Come on, baby. Yeah, I'm gonna use inspiration.
Okay.
Everybody knows
That's better.
dogs.
That's 16.
16 is enough. You manage to kind of brace yourself and swim out, so you can actually push out into the space, one towards me there. Yep.
Nice.
And then he can just fill that space up. You do not take any damage, and nothing else happens with that.
Okay.
Then it is your turn.
Good, because that means I get to re-roll my Spirit Guardian's damage.
Yay.
I am going to...
Come here.
Let's see here.
Come here, Bubba.
I like having this guy in my business. I need more ways to get out of melee range with this
Misty
character.
step.
Oh, I don't have it.
Outside the tavern. You're on your own. See ya.
Take a half feet, right? Isn't there a Misty Step spell you can get on half feet? Fey touch? or whatever?
Yeah, face touch too. Alright, let's see. Is this the... What's the... This is the halfling.
That is the
That is
halfling.
Guinevere Thunderfoot.
Yep, that is also another figure that Scott painted for a hero. You can check them out here. That's a card. Cory, card that.
Oh, I thought you were gonna maybe do a rotation for it or something.
No, although if you want to, we'll put up a rotation right now of all of the cool figures that have been painted tonight.
Can you give me a fireball
Yeah.
sphere?
and
I look over at the 200 gold sitting on the counter and I'm like, I should cover it.
now, as a DM, I am just realizing I put all of the civilians in one corner. I should have spread them out a little bit more.
Well, it makes sense. The civilians would have been like, "Oh, we don't want to be near them."
Yeah.
I think I can get just all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in it. So I don't get
Okay.
that guy. I don't get the water elemental either.
Okay, Scott, would you mark
Wait,
the thugs
you
for
can
me?
still get that guy, can't you?
I mean, and I'd get the civilian.
Well,
That's not a civilian. Sorry, that's the swashbuckler.
Okay,
lady.
in that case, yes.
Yes,
I would
sorry,
like to
she
do that.
is.
Everybody but
the
Yes.
those guys up top.
Yep. Everybody in color is a combatant, and that one not in color. In fact, let's mark her with a little square on the
yeah.
bottom.
Okay.
Colored square.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you could also give me 1, 2, 3, 4 on the thugs, the various thugs there.
Okay.
Okay.
So incoming fireball at the, you know what? 4th level.
All right.
So
Now,
that's-
here's an important question.
yes.
Are you guys going with lethality, or are you trying to just drive them out of town?
I am killing.
Yeah, I mean, they're beating up kids and stuff.
Okay, let's see. Thug,
Like-
thug, right?
It's a hard world that we live in.
There is. So I will say that there's been no indication that they are beating up kids. They are literally just extorting them for money.
Yeah.
But
They're trying to
again,
cozy
it is
up
up to you.
with
Half a
my
dozen of
enemy.
one, you know.
Yeah.
and
To
6
me,
of another.
the friend of my enemy is my enemy also.
Yeah, you can, like, as far as Aramis is concerned, glancing over at the fire, you do see, like, the embers starting to rise a little bit, and you see that kind of, like, you feel that kind of fury coming from it, like, yes, justice needs to be served. Okay, so fireball.
I think
And this is on,
I think I would be trying to drive them out,
okay,
but I'm not actively paying attention to what you guys would be doing.
I'm on with all these
so
ones
this is
tonight.
on
Holy
the,
crap.
which thugs is it on, first of all?
Which one are thugs?
So
yeah, the ones with the numbers.
four and 3.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me see here. And it's 19 for you, right?
Yeah, 19 dex.
Okay, number 4 makes his save. The swashbuckler, because that's who she is, does not make her save. Thug number 3 does not make their save. The grung does not. And the orc does not make their save either. So everybody doesn't make their save except for that first, or the 4th thug. Oh, I need to do that for the barbarian man as well.
So it was 25 damage.
He does not make the save. So 25 to everybody. Did that hit the halfling too?
No.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
it
but
did.
half
Yeah,
of
it
it
was
was
okay. I
Sure.
cut it off just at bolt.
She'll make her save here. She did.
just gets
Okay.
And the stage and 3 tables.
Yes. We'll get to that in just a moment here. You might want to grab some fire.
I'll grab the fire, yes.
Yes.
Hey, we paid for this.
Those
Okay.
those couldn't have cost more than a handful of gold.
Yeah.
There is a bunch of screaming that goes out as you basically take like stars from your spirits and toss them out into an astral flare
it looks
fireball.
like it looks like a shooting star at first.
Yeah.
It's like, and then
Silver flames, silver and white flame.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to wreck places, let's just prepay for it all the time.
Yeah, so there's a scream.
like
Both
an
the
insurance
table,
on your
like every table
revolver.
that's hit catches on fire immediately. The people inside are starting to panic, and like as the smoke starts to thicken, not clear because there's more fire, you can see that you've definitely dealt like a good singeing to these gangsters, as it were.
and then I'm going to my bonus action. I'm going to use Starry Form and go Archer, and I'm going to make an attack against. Let's go. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. He's not quite in the area of effect, so I'm going to make an attack on number 1, thug number 1.
Okay, with disadvantage on that,
Right.
please.
And I'm gonna.
He's 15 feet away from you.
Oh, I thought he was 20.
Nope, he's 15, so 3.
Oh, okay. In that case, how far can I can only move in 5 feet?
Get him tangled up in the table, maybe.
Could I go like this? And now he's 20 feet away and make an attack on him.
Sure.
Okay.
The woman that you step next to is like screaming and like ducking her head
Yeah.
because she thinks you're gonna take her hostage.
No. Get out of here. And then I will, Archer attack on that guy. I'm gonna use a wheel.
Okay.
I rolled
you
earlier.
rolled wheel today.
I rolled wheel today, so I get to add a d6
Mm-hmm.
to this attack, even though it is with disadvantage. D6.
And which tug is that? Number 1.
Yes. Wow. Okay. So, where'd that d6 go? It's cocked. Oh, that helps. That's a 18 to hit. 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Okay. So, I will do. Oh, sorry. Wow, it's been a minute since I've had combat. Okay, it's this plus. I rolled more ones.
You
for
can
damage.
create the strongest characters, but they'll never live up to expectations.
Will Wheaton.
Okay. But I get to add. Our
Avandra.
proficiency bonus is 5 now. See, that's the other thing. I have to like change all these things in my head. So. That
Recalculating.
means- yes.
Because it doesn't give you a starry form,
Right.
which is annoying, in my
Right.
opinion.
It is. It should be like an attack on
Playing a moon druid as
Yeah.
well, like, it is very annoying too.
So that's 11 damage.
11 damage?
And then he moves. I bump him 5 feet. Like,
Okay.
clunk.
Go ahead and give me your damage for this turn. Yeah, he's going to go prone as he's basically like thrown onto the table itself.
Okay, so we
He does not make a
that's
save.
better. 23 damage.
That takes him out.
Nice.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, so he pulls his swords. You reach out with like one of your constellations, pull him in, and one of your ancestors just comes and clocks him on the jaw. And
so that was number 1, by the way.
that was number 1. Yep.
Okay, and that's my turn.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's right.
Hopefully I'll
Number
be faster in the
4
future.
is going to go next.
Here.
Yep, he is going to, let's see.
He's right there.
He is actually going to stay out of this kind of maelstrom of astral creatures, back up into the corner. And you'll get a +2 bonus on this bolt as he's going to try and attack you with a heavy crossbow.
+2 to my AC.
Yes.
Okay.
He does not hit.
Is it just from range or something?
Mhm.
What?
It's just a crossbow. No, it's because technically there's like half cover
Oh, okay.
between you.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a fire.
There's a
so-
booth.
Yep.
Cool.
And a smoky fire. So yeah, a crossbow bolt goes flying out.
24.
It's going
What do you
to.
have to roll?
It is not going to hit you, but let's see if it does hit somebody else. Okay, it just slams into a wall. It is going to be very dangerous to miss attacks in here, guys. Just so you know. Yeah, yeah. There is definitely some screaming going on. Aramis, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm going to run up to
Oh, I
this
noticed I was the one
elemental.
screaming. Sorry.
20. I'm going to leap off of the table and attack him.
Okay, just give me a quick acrobatics check, would you?
Sure. 19 plus 7.
Okay.
26.
Yeah, so you kind of like jump up, parkour up onto the table, and as you're coming down, you kind of slash from behind. There's an epic die for the epic maneuver.
Nice.
And basically completing your acrobatics roll to do it.
22
22 will hit.
for 13 damage.
13.
And go again. 30
30 will hit, yeah. I think so.
for
Does
13,
30 hit?
13 damage.
13 again. Is 13 the new 25?
And then offhand, 15.
15 will actually still hit.
Okay.
Yep.
For 12 damage.
12 damage. All right, Aramis, you just come in, slash as you come down, and deliver a couple extra attacks. Your offhand is magical, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Anything else you'd like to do?
No, good.
Okay, sounds
Hang
good.
right there.
The swashbuckler is going to go next. She is going to skirt around. So are you on the table or did you jump off of it? as well?
I jumped off. Yeah.
Okay, so right next
use
to-
it just to get like momentum,
Okay,
basically.
so let's put you down on the ground again.
Yeah, it's kind of just in the space of the.
Okay. Perfect. The swashbuckler is going to draw her blades, and she's going to rush around behind you, and she's going to.
She'll take damage.
She is not. Can she get to Aramis without getting into your aura?
Yes, technically.
Because
if she went
Aramis
here-
technically isn't in the water elemental
5,
space.
10.
You're in the space behind the
5,
water.
10, 15. No, it's all. That's 15.
So you're talking about Aramis
Yes.
is
So I'm
here
there then.
or here.
Which spot would Aramis have landed in?
I would went right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case, yeah, if she goes here.
Yeah, if she goes right there.
She's
Yep.
safe.
That's they're definitely wanting to stay out of your aura at this point. They're a little bit more with it than the dungeon creatures that you've been fighting so far.
They fought another aura person before.
And she's going to make a trio
Their leader went.
of attacks.
Took a dip into Astral Druid or whatever, and then decided against it.
First of all, her dagger flashes out, but that's only an 8 to hit.
Just glance
Yep.
off.
And then she's going to make 2 rapier attacks against you. We have a 15
Yes.
and a crit. Okay. Luckily, it's normal critical rules here. So let me go ahead and roll that damage. That is 13 piercing damage as she manages to stab into your thigh a little bit. And how much movement did she use to get there?
10.
Okay. And then she's going to, as a bonus action, she's going to disengage and move back 15 feet over towards the fireplace. Right there. Over to the left one. My left. There you go. So she kind of darts in, manages a good hit on you, and then backs up. And as she does, she flourishes her blades like, come on, let's dance. In fact, she'll just say that. Come on, let's dance. Thug number 2. Where is thug number 2?
Right here.
He is going to rush forward to Aramis.
Oh boy.
Does that enter your aura?
Nope.
15, 15, nope.
Okay, perfect. And he's going to make 2 attacks against you. We've got another crit.
I'm gonna reaction silvery barbs.
Oh, make him roll with disadvantage. Then instead it's a 13.
Okay.
And then the second attack
Is a crit.
is a 9.
Another.
Now you give advantage to
Yeah,
one of
I'll
us.
give you advantage.
Okay.
Yep.
On our next attack, save, or ability check, and we don't get to choose.
It's just whatever
when
one
we use it. It's
comes.
like whatever's next.
I didn't
You have
realize he
advantage.
has advantage. I forgot they have pack tactics. But that didn't matter because Silver Barb's just...
So it would have just negated.
Because it's not... It doesn't impose disadvantage. Does it impose
It
disadvantage?
forces a reroll.
Yeah.
Yeah, it forces
It forces
a
a
reroll,
reroll,
and you have to
yeah.
use the lower.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's not specifically disadvantage. It's giving
Right.
you another roll. So that's fine. Thug number 3 is... kind of stumbles away from that fire as well, and he's going to pull out a crossbow and try
He's
and
just gonna
fire.
back up.
Yep, try and fire at. He can't quite reach Alomah without hitting his boss. So Aramis it is. Aramis it is. That's only a 9 though.
I'm gonna yell out to my barrel golem friends.
The three barrels in the corner.
Oh wait. Wrong character.
It is the Grung's turn next. Let's see. And he is going to puff up his air sac, as it were, and let out a mesmerizing churr.
Sure.
Yep, churr.
And what does that sound like?
It is a.
That was pretty good.
So
mesmerized.
every. He's going to actually step forward a little bit. He's going to have to step forward before he does this.
Into the fire.
No, he's going to move around the table, basically between Bolt and Aramis. Nope, that's Alomah.
Sorry.
Yep, you're fine. He's going to move right there. Okay, and once he is actually going to enter into the aura.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he's
So
going to
one
make
more up.
his.
Oh, okay.
He's going to make his save here.
It's 23 damage.
23 damage. He does not make his save, but he is still alive.
Okay.
And then he is going to make that worse. So everybody, each humanoid or beast that is within 15 feet of him and able to hear him needs to make a wisdom saving throw. That includes the thumb.
Each one,
Yep.
including his enemy or his teammates.
Mhm. It is not specific, so
Wisdom save, you
Yep.
say?
I'm using my inspiration because
I'm-
that's awful.
26.
Oh,
I am also going to use my
Anybody
inspiration.
dice?
yes.
Are they gonna
Terrible.
help? Like, if it's not gonna help,
No,
don't
it's
waste
not
it.
going to help. I rolled a 3 and then a 4. Wait, what save is this? Wisdom?
Wisdom.
So a 9. Maybe I'll roll this in. 10.
okay. So what'd you get?
What was the save?
I wasn't saying.
11.
Yeah, 11 total.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you want to?
Well, that's what I'm going to roll an epic die.
Got it.
Okay.
So that makes it 15.
Okay. So anybody who rolled below a 12 is going to be stunned.
Great.
And that includes the thug number 2. The halfling made her save. The orc. Oh, I didn't roll for the orc. Shoot. He does make his save. Yeah.
All right. So who's stunned?
Water elemental.
The water elemental
you're
is not a
stunned.
humanoid or a beast currently. So
It's the red,
half elf?
the
The
red
number 2.
guy.
and the civilians within 15 feet technically are stunned.
I'm not going to mark that.
The barkeep, by the way, does like
What
scoop
about,
up that
what about the
gold.
orc? What about the orc
That's
guy?
He
saved.
saved. Yep. So Aramis, did you save?
No, I did
No.
not.
So Aramis is stunned.
Yeah, I got my ring.
Yep. Okay. Then it is that orc's turn. Can he move right up to Bolt without entering the aura?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He
shall. And then he is going to make 2 attacks against you.
Okay.
The first one is a 15 to
That
hit,
does not hit.
and the second one is a natural 1.
That does not hit.
No. Right. So he pulls out a great axe, swings it. You block with a shield, and he rears back, and he brings down, and you catch his weapon in your fist. What would you like to do with it?
Oh, I'm gonna try to. Is it look like it's a very sturdy weapon, or just like pretty basic?
It's a basic, like it's not magical.
I want to try to break it.
Okay, give me a strength check.
Strength or athletics?
Strength.
Okay. (21).
21. Yeah, you snap the head off of the great axe.
Yeah,
and
I
it
just-
clatters to the floor.
Nice.
Yep. And he just looks a little surprised.
The tinking sound is the background noise.
Oh,
Not the
it's-
dogs.
It's the bar. That's right. I
Yeah,
have the bar on in the
glasses.
background.
Yeah.
Okay, the halfling is going to go next. And she, so she took that hit from the fireball, or she ducked under the table in order to avoid it. And she is going to, as she comes out from under the table, you see that actually she's changed. She's no longer a halfling. She actually looks like a humanoid rat.
Oh, okay.
So replace her with that, please.
You dirty rat.
And she is going to make 2 attacks against you. One is a bite bolt, and that is a crit
Okay.
against you, so it's just a regular hit.
Yep.
And if the target is a humanoid, which
Mm.
as far as monsters of the multiverse stuff goes,
So
does it say that your origin is construct now?
They're technically still listed just in Eberron, and they're listed as humanoids.
Okay.
But
Yeah. Well, then I need you to make me a Constitution saving throw, please.
if it's disease, I'm immune to it. By the way,
It says
I am immune to disease.
I don't know if it is.
Just FYI.
Thank you. I will look that up while you are.
Oh, I don't
shoot.
Not with advantage. That's a 24.
Yeah, you manage to you'll just take the damage there. You're not. Nothing else apparently happens. And then the other attack, she's just going to swing with the
How much
short
damage
sword.
was it?
It was 3 damage.
Okay.
And she rolled a 23 on the
That
short
hits.
sword attack.
Yep.
Yes, because your AC is not nearly as high as we thought it was.
No, unfortunately.
7 piercing damage as she comes around with the short sword. Okay, next is the Anders character. The Anders in the background. And he is going to, let's see,
The barbarian.
he can move 30 feet. Can he get to an enemy?
Oh, let's see. So you can go
he's
here, so you can go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
30? Yeah, you can get right to me.
Yeah, that's going to put him in the aura, but he does
Yes.
not care. He'll roll his wisdom saving throw.
Much like Andrew
and
would
fail
do.
it.
23.
20 and take 23 damage. And then he is going to, you hear him roar, and he's just going to like overextend with his glaive, and he's going to attack you recklessly. So,
Okay.
well, I'll take the 19, not the 1. Thank you very much.
Say, I grab his glaive and break
25
it,
to
too.
hit.
That hits.
So that's going to be just 6 slashing damage. He is not one of Colby's builds, so unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Fortunately.
I really want you to do like a best monster combat build sometime. Maybe when we get you to DM a game eventually.
Yeah.
Bolt, it is your turn at the bottom of the round here.
Okay.
Okay, Scott. Okay, Bolt.
Okay.
I am going to move to here.
Okay.
So I step back like this. So I go out of range of the grung and the were-rat,
The grung and the rare.
and technically the
orc, but-
elemental. And the orc.
Yeah, okay. So a lot of attacks coming in.
4 opportunity attacks.
We'll go with the grung.
There's no reason.
He'll just make a attack here. And he rolled a 12.
Miss.
So that's a miss. The orc is just going to make a punch against you. That's a 17.
Miss.
The rare rat.
The rare rat. It's very rare.
Only rolled a 6.
It's shiny. It's so rare.
And then the elemental rolled a 17.
Miss.
Okay. They all just start backing up, and all of them just start like trying to swing at you, and you just bring the Ald shield around and take all of the hits as you back up onto the table. Give me an acrobatics check, or
I was going to try to squeeze between the table and Ander.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, so double movement then.
So I want to go there.
Okay.
Right there. Okay.
Sounds good.
And then
Oh,
I am going to cast lightning bolt at 3rd level.
okay.
And if I aim it just right, I can miss Aramis, but I can hit all 4 of these guys.
And the civilians.
No, it misses that.
Miss the civilians too.
And the civilians.
So what is the
And the wall.
Blow a hole in the wall.
It is a Dex 16.
Okay, call them out as you want them to be rolled. Yeah.
Let's go with closest to me first. So we'll go
Orc.
with actually Ander.
Ander,
Barbarian.
Dex of 16.
Yeah. So I back up, and I kind of just lean forward, and you see like the shoulder plates kind of shift a little bit, and these like have you ever seen the glass tubes that have like the lightning in them?
Yeah.
Come sliding out, and they just start charging up, and it starts arcing up kind of above, and I basically am just gonna bring the lightning down.
Nice, perfect. Okay, he does not make his save.
Okay.
Next is the orc.
Yep, orc.
What's the damage?
You said it was 16?
8d6.
It's 8d6. I haven't rolled the damage yet. So 16 Dex.
16 Dex. Okay, the orc will make his save.
Can I borrow 3d6, please? Oh, thank you.
And then the were-rat
Yep.
does not make her save. Then the grung. That doesn't matter. He has 1 hit point left. And then number 2.
Yes.
Is that right?
Who's
And he's stunned,
meaning
so
he
loses.
auto fails.
Yes,
fails
he
his dex.
will automatically take damage. And that's it, right?
No, so nobody saved.
Nobody saved.
Nobody saved.
Smoked grung. Smoked frog legs.
Let's see, that's 10. That's 28. 28 damage.
Sorry, one did save. I can't remember. The orc.
The orc saved.
Yeah. Sorry, how much was it?
28 damage
28
and then
damage.
half, so 14 on a save.
Okay, so
And it's lightning damage.
the
Is that
berserker
damage?
and the were-rat both crumple to the ground.
So Ander.
Fry.
Yep. The other 2 are still up, although they look very
Even
frazzled.
the
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, he hadn't taken any damage yet. So. Okay, perfect. Anything else that you'd like to do? Does the glass fall off afterwards, or does it just sink back down in?
They like after the burst goes out, they're a little singed, but they do just kind of
Sink back down?
retract back into the armor.
So it's not disposable.
Oh, you know what? It might be like a flash bulb, like the old school flash bulbs where they
Oh yeah, where it bursts.
burn
and
out.
then, and then you do another one.
them.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's like that.
cool. That's new.
Yes, that is new. I got that with my Artificer level. Just
Well, if you
automatic.
have nothing else,
I don't have. Well, let's see. As a bonus action, I will, like the armor will do some clockwork stuff, and like the chest panel will open up, and a flash of that rusty red will come out and get 9 temporary hit points.
Nice.
9 temporary hits. Nice. Because you're all within 30 feet of me. And I will take it as well.
Okay.
Sweet.
Let's see.
That was my bonus action.
All right. Well, then the elemental is going to go next.
Are the civilians going to do anything?
Oh, that's right. At the end of the round. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh,
Appreciate
also
that.
the lightning bolt ignites anything flammable. So
that other table
that isn't being worn.
Yep.
But it leaves it in like tire tracks, like the DeLorean.
Yeah.
So every civilian in here is going to run or take the full move and dash action out the door.
Be sure to do your
If they
opportunity attacks.
I think they can. And well,
Except for
fortunately,
the
they've all
bartender.
used their opportunity attacks, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't even be able to make them.
Thank you, Bolt, saving civilians without even
that's
meaning
right.
Yeah, they pretty much all can.
to. The bartender is just going to duck behind the bar.
These guys, if they have 60 feet of move speed, they
Count
should
this
just get
gold.
out.
Yeah, he's just like
Yeah,
calculating how much
damage.
damage.
Oh yeah. They all
Cool.
run
Okay,
out.
perfect. They all managed to
Run away screaming.
run out of there screaming. Yeah, and of course, like D&D turns are weird, but that was happening while all of this other stuff was
sure.
going on at the same
Yep.
time.
No, it's like, you go. Okay.
Just a mass stampede
Yeah.
at the end of the night.
Just like in 6 seconds, there's a fireball, a lightning bolt, a bunch of people running around,
Yeah,
hitting each other.
swinging,
You're
hitting.
diving off a table.
Yeah.
Someone flows into an elemental.
Just standard Night in Saltport. And the tough and tougher.
I'd love to get one of our crazy combats and
Like
have
animated?
like all 6 seconds animated all
Yeah.
at once and just see how
Yeah.
insane it is.
Yep. All right. So at the top of the round, all of the
Right.
fires have spread. Don't worry about marking them. Basically,
let's say I got more.
every square adjacent to the individual furniture that's on fire is also now burning. So if you are adjacent to that at the start of your turn, you will start taking like fire damage, as it were.
Okay.
We'll just mark it as like
However you want to do that, you do
Spreading.
not have enough fire for that. You can just get rid of that table if you want, like at this point.
same with the thing.
Yeah.
And then that one's new though, or do you want that one?
That
too?
one as well. Yep. We're just gonna say again. This all kind of happens within the same 6 seconds. So. Okay. And then the elemental is going to attempt to recharge its ability. It does not. So it is just going to make a pair of attacks against Alomah. Oh, it has to make a save first. I believe. How does
23.
that work with the?
Is this a new round?
Yes.
Not until
Not
my
until-
turn.
Oh, okay,
so
gotcha. That makes sense, obviously.
They keep their wisdom,
Okay,
intelligence,
so it keeps their wisdom.
charisma saves, I think.
Okay. That is a save, so they'll
Okay.
only take 11. And then it is just going to make a pair of slam attacks against you. The first one is a 13,
Yes.
and the second one is a 26.
Hit.
Okay. The 26 is going to do 17 bludgeoning damage to you as they basically smash you up against the wall with like a wave.
Okay.
And then you need to make me a concentration saving or a concentration check, please.
It's a success. I got
Okay.
10.
Perfect. And then it is your turn.
Okay. Right. Let's see. Sure. Well.
I like that one thug in the corner just realized that he's utterly trapped. Yeah, he's like, oh crap.
He's like
All
chipping
right.
at the wall.
I'm gonna
now.
move.
Good job, Kevin.
Trying to do the Fortnite build tool out of the wall.
I'm gonna go 1, 2, and move here, and then I'm gonna Thorn Whip the water elemental.
Okay.
That's a melee attack.
Yep.
so-
Rear back and
so
just
you just
slash a whip
scoot
right
over?
through the
Oh,
water.
you did? I didn't
Yeah,
see
I
it.
did.
Cool.
Yeah.
And that is a 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
Okay, so that is gonna do. Oh wait, it's 2d6, right? Because it's 3d6 now. It's level 1.
Oh really?
Here come all my good rolls.
It bumped up?
No. It's been 3d6 since level 11.
Okay.
18 damage. No, 19 damage.
19 damage.
And then I'm going to push him 5 feet with my genie
Okay.
thing.
Yeah.
As long as they're one size larger than me or less. And then I will... Let's see here.
Yeah, you basically just disrupt half of it and cause it to reform a space away.
And then I'm going to archer form attack the orc.
Okay. Another streak of light comes from around the elemental. I'm actually going to increase his armor because he is basically behind a large creature.
Okay.
But
so that's going to be
just so you know.
A 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is exactly what you needed. Nice. So, yep.
And that is just, let's see here. This plus. It's only 8 damage.
Only 8. Well, that is all you need. You crack him in the side of the head and he collapses into the fire.
Cool. Then I'm just going to move like 5, 10.
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check to get up onto the table.
You have to step.
Happened before.
It was a dirty 20.
That's fine.
You weakened it by jumping on it. It had a loose leg and now it's actually...
Yeah, and I'm just going to end my turn right there.
Okay, perfect. Thug number 4 takes 1d6 fire damage. And he cannot move. He's going to have to... He's going to jump up...
Fire takes an opportunity attack.
He's going to move around the stage, jump up onto the stage and move between those two fires, basically.
Right here?
Yeah, that is the only place that... Because all of that on the right is fire still, even though we don't have enough representation for it.
Yeah.
So he's going to move through there. He's going to
goes
come into contact with another fire.
2, 3,
and take more fire damage.
6.
Yeah, and he is just booking it to the door. Thank you very much. Taking the dash action.
Okay.
Opportunity attack. Hit him. Clock him.
Yeah, does he pass me?
He's going to very much avoid you.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
Darn.
He will take the extra 5 feet of movement to squeeze against the wall and avoid you. As you're like you're still steaming, like things are being popped off. He's just like skirting around the outside, like I gotta get out of here. So he is no longer in the combat. And then it is
one lands on
Aramis.
his shoulder and burns it a little.
I'm stunned, so I can try and save out of this at the end of my turn.
Just double check with the grung.
Okay.
Is that okay with you, Mr. Grung? You're dead. Oh no. Until the end of the
Were you a
Grung's
cousin
next turn.
of Mongo?
Yes. So it'll just be at the end of your turn.
Okay,
Yep.
so then I will do nothing and end the stun.
Okay.
Perfect. And that's my turn.
All right, the swashbuckler is going to go. She's going to take some damage being next to the fire. And then she is going to... She's gonna like glance at Aramis, who you've kind of been like mesmerized a little bit by the grung song, and you're shaking yourself out of it. And then she looks over at Alomah and she goes, "Screw it!" And she's gonna rush right in towards you, Alomah. So she's gonna try to make her save. And would you give me the new damage total, please?
Does she have to roll to get up on the table as well?
Yeah, she'll roll
pirate.
an
That's
athletics.
just part of what she does.
Yep.
Pirate training
No
is
problem.
like fighting on top of things, barrels, crates, tables,
2,
etc.
2, 4,
Pirates of
4.
the Caribbean has taught us
14 damage.
14 damage. Well, she'll
They
take
do
the
their
full
best
14.
fighting up on the table.
Yeah, actually, so as she's running in, she's rushing between Aramis and the thug, and she looks like she's charging at you, so you like bring your blades up in defense, and then she jumps up and uses your blade to kick off and land on the table.
Nice.
And she is going to come down with a dagger strike. That is only a 10 on the dagger strike, so that was a miss. The rapier, we've got a 16 to hit, Alomah.
Yes.
And then we've got an 18 to hit. Okay. Yep, so she comes in and she tries to strike at you. How many feet was that she moved?
25.
25. And she is going to use the dash action as a bonus action. And she is going to jump backwards basically after striking at you. So you can take an opportunity attack against her.
I mean, I don't like. Here's the bad part about being a full caster without the warcaster feat, and no weapon equipped. Like,
Okay.
there's nothing for me to do.
Yeah.
And flap at him a little bit.
I could make an unarmed strike with my strength score.
What other reactions do you have?
Oh, I have lots of like wheel and woe and like warding
like,
flare.
Best to save for that then.
Yeah.
And as she leaps back, she's gonna call out Rook, and the elemental is gonna grab her and basically fling her to the other side in kind of what looks like a practice maneuver. So she's gonna land basically on the other side of Bolt with the rest of her movement and the fling.
Right here?
No, other side towards the door. And the
Right
elemental, the elemental bubbles and says, "Get out of here and warn the others."
I don't think so.
But then it is number 2's turn, who immediately dies in the.
The Spirit Guardians?
Yep, he only had 4 hit points, so
Okay.
no reason there. Number 3 is going to start the turn, and he's going to take some damage, some fire damage. Yeah, he's got. Okay. He's going to try and book it as well. So he's going to go the same way, try to jump up on the stage. However, he ends up tripping and falls into the fire, and his screams as he catches fire and then dies burning.
Oof, brutal.
Yes. He was already hurt by a fireball, and the rest is history, as they
His
say.
plume flies up and makes 2 eyes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Someone is watching. Perfect. Bolt, it is your turn.
I say, no you don't, as she like gets behind me and I'm gonna grapple her.
Okay.
Nice.
Go ahead and give me that
Strength check.
Yep. Strength against her athletics.
With advantage.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, because you're not.
I'm not
using
big.
Giant's Might.
Yeah.
Or sorry, acrobatics. She's gonna use acrobatics.
And mine's an athletics.
Yours is just strength, right?
No, it's
Oh, it
athletics.
is athletics. That's right. Grapples.
28.
She rolled a 28 as well. So I think ties go
She
to
succeeds.
Yeah, to the.
Like if you don't succeed,
defender.
then I just learned this.
Flash
last
of
week.
genius.
If you,
I shift my hand down just a little bit farther.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Flash of Genius works with grapples because technically it's a skill check. Yeah. Yep. So she again she's trying to duck underneath and you just like manage to
Yeah,
grab her shoulder.
ability check or saving throw.
Okay.
so.
You've got her.
Okay.
She is grappled.
I said, you're not going anywhere. And then I'm going to punch her.
Okay.
With my second attack. Or attempt to. We'll see. 25.
25 will hit.
Okay.
Definitely punch her. Isn't it 2d8?
No, it's still just 1d8.
Really?
National
You're-
Punch a Pirate Day.
The Thunder Gauntlet doesn't increase in damage.
No, it doesn't. Jeez. Wizards of the Coast is not very good at scaling the damage for their characters.
Yeah.
They're just like, they'll get magic items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like,
fine.
well,
Yeah.
unless you give
No.
me a subclass feature that like is my weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And no, they won't always get magic items. You specifically made this a low magic system,
Yeah.
Blizzard
Yeah.
or Wizard. Sorry, I'm not bitter
Thanks.
about anything else.
Wizard.
13 thunder damage.
13 thunder damage. Okay, and then disadvantage on attacks other than you.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to. Oh, well, I was going to talk to you about working in the grapple.
Oh, the pseudopod arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll have to talk about that some more because your new sword, ever-changing mimic sword. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or mimic weapon. Okay, top of the round, the fire spreads another square out. Getting awfully close, Aramis.
I know, I gotta get out of here.
And these, I'll just pretty much say this whole corner is just totally on fire. at
Yes,
this
everything in that corner is on fire at this point. So, okay. Then it is the elemental's turn. He is going to take some fire damage. Are they not resistant to fire? Interesting.
Or
immune.
Or
Double hurt.
what's the word I'm looking for?
Vulnerable?
It's so rare. Vulnerability is so rare. in
Nope,
5e.
not vulnerable. It needs to be a little bit more prevalent, but
Yeah.
that's my opinion. Hey, do you want to roll your damage as well?
Well, I already had because.
Oh, that's right.
A new
It
turn
was
yet.
how
only
much?
14.
14?
Yeah. I don't know if I'd say a water elemental is vulnerable to fire. I'd say it's resistant to fire. I'd say it's vulnerable to lightning
Yeah.
and cold damage.
Yeah, probably.
Even though it probably does cold damage, but I'm thinking like Ray of Frost or something, whatever it's called.
It does recharge its ability, so it is going to rush into that table, basically fling it off to the side, and try and... you need to roll me another strength save. So it is once again in Alomah's square, Scott, if you want to fling the table away. And then basically put that 4x4.
Oh, man. That's 18.
Okay. You make your saves. You can once again move. You basically are flung out. We'll say you land on the bar.
Okay.
Yeah, because you were already on the table.
Mm-hmm. And he just goes, hold still. And then it's your turn.
Okay.
No need to worry about that. I've got her.
Is her name still?
It is now.
All right, I'm gonna do this. Well, okay, I'm gonna jump down and.
Is that right next to the fire, or
It's a space.
No, it's a space away technically.
I'm going to Thorn Whip.
So what you're saying is I need to print like 30 more of these.
That's a 16 to hit.
or like firewalls? 16 will hit.
And Thorn Whip, so 3d6.
I have that whole spell effects Kickstarter I can do. There's a ton of stuff.
That's 17 damage.
17. Okay.
And then push him 5 feet away. Sorry, Aramis.
Right into your blades.
I'm gonna move here, here, and here.
Knocking the bar back as you go.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so we still have
I knew I forgot to mount those.
and then I'll just make a
Starry form.
Starry Form
Okay.
attack. And that is
Corey finally got to use that in our other game.
22 to hit. It's a great ability.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
Will hit. Yep.
And that's gonna be 6 damage.
6 damage. Okay.
And that's all. That's my turn.
Okay. Perfect. Then it is Aramis's turn.
Okay. We're gonna get trapped if we take too many turns here.
You can skirt around him.
So I'm gonna go.
Oh, you need to take some fire damage at the start of your turn.
Okay.
And if you are going to step next to that other fire, you will take fire damage from it as well.
Okay, I will skirt this way then. So
Actually,
I will take the first one.
you do not take fire damage from this mundane fire. And you basically feel like the ember is swirling around you, and you hear, justice.
I'm gonna stab the barrel and
Okay.
let all the
Ooh,
beer
okay.
pour out and see if it can maybe at least keep a path for us to get out of here.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll say a 10-foot line, 20 feet long, is going to be doused with water, and it's going to start flowing even more. The water elemental is starting to, you see, like, the suds starting to, like, mix in there a little bit as well.
He's now a beer elemental.
So everything 10 feet away gets extinguished, basically?
Everything, yeah, we'll say everything 10 feet away, and then it's going to start creating a line, 20 feet, a 20-foot line from the barrels out towards the door, because this whole tavern is on a slight enough slant that
So they can, when everyone gets a little sick, a little drunk, they can just take the hose spray it out into the street.
Into the street, yep.
Okay.
But also, it causes a lot of issues for people who are drunk because the floor is not.
Like walk through.
Yeah. It's not a great system, but it
well,
is
that's like
a
the bilge
system.
pump. It constantly rocks and sways because it's on the water. Remember?
Is there anything else you'd like to do? That was technically only part of your movement. One attack. If you wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, if that only counts as
Yeah.
one attack, I'll come
I'll
back
let you-
and get my other 2
I also
attacks
put the
on
fire
elemental.
outpost right here, by the way.
Yes, that'll be fine. Yep.
So the first one is a what is my thing? An 18
18 will hit.
for 12 damage.
12. Okay, you are going to knock him out of elemental form.
Nice.
So he becomes a minotaur once again. And he'll just kind of stumble off to the side as he takes a little bit more damage.
All right, and I'll hit him with my offhand. That is a 29
29 will hit.
for 12 damage. I'm rolling pretty good.
Nice. 12 damage. Okay.
Push some
okay.
luck your way.
The swashbuckler.
We all have bad days. Some of us way more than others.
Yeah, you basically are just like dancing around him. There's like suds all around you now. The fire is being doused a little bit. It won't obviously like hold forever
Yeah,
because it'll evaporate rather quickly.
The bartender, as someone was running out, was like, get the fire brigade.
Yeah.
That's just the way we're watching. We're in here. We are the fire
I am the brute squad.
Not the brigade that starts the fire. It's the other.
Easy to confuse.
The swashbuckler is next, and she is going to try and break the grapple as an action.
Okay, so that's just
That's athletics for you. 16.
30.
Okay. She struggles in your grip and she goes, "Let me go. This whole place is going up in flames. What are you, crazy?"
Maybe. I have been alive for hundreds of years.
Well, that is her turn because she used her action for that. So it is your turn, Bolt.
Where are the others in your gang?
I'll tell you everything you want to know if you just get me out of here before I catch on fire. And you hear the Minotaur go, "Traitor!" And then he pulls out a really cool weapon that nobody's ever seen before. Traitor! And then gets taken out by
Chewy.
Chewy.
And I say, okay, we have a deal, and I'm gonna fling a firebolt at the Minotaur.
Okay.
Or you know what? No, I'm gonna just go full on magic missile. Pew pew pew.
Okay.
Yep, level 1 magic missile. Magic missile. So 2, 4, 2 again.
Okay. And those are all +1, right?
That was with +1.
Yeah, all right. It was +1. And yeah, they just smash into his back a little bit, and he huffs, but he's got his attention kind of focused on Aramis at this point.
Yeah. Can I cast a bonus action and everything? Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Start of the next.
So I do
round.
holler out. If we can wrap this up, we've got an informant.
Start of the next round, the fire continues to spread further. We'll say that this will be a round. Yep, that is as far as it's going to go.
You can't really go that far. Probably these ones probably just stay.
Yeah. Yep, that's just holding them back at this point, right? This will be probably the last round for the beer as it's evaporating pretty quickly. Half of this building is completely on fire at this point. Yeah. It is the Minotaur's turn, though. And he is going to... He's going to make 3 attacks with a staff that he has here on Aramis. First one is a 25 to hit.
Yep.
So you're going to take...
Should have went to the flourish.
you're going to take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And then you're also going to take 24 poison damage.
Wow.
Kind of backloading damage there.
Short rest.
Yeah. And then we are going to have 17 to hit.
Yes.
Okay. And a 21 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. And then it's
Kind of
4
feeling.
bludgeoning damage on that one.
Okay.
And 31 poison damage. Yeah. Basically, he comes around as he smashes into your side with the first attack. You see just kind of this green kind of scatter work go through your body temporarily and start making you a bit dizzy. The second one you manage to deflect. The third one he comes around and hits your other side, and again it's just like these bright green veins that are crawling through your skin. These wounds will not heal. Alomah, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna Thorn Whip the Minotaur
Okay.
for a 29 to hit.
29 will hit.
And it's gonna do just these. Ugh. 14 damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna pull him 5 feet towards me, and he'll take.
He'll roll to.
Oops. No. Don't do that. I'm just gonna
He did make his save, so it'll be half damage.
Come on, good roll. Okay, it's getting better. 24, so 12.
Okay, so I'll take 12 damage.
And then I will Starry Form attack.
The bartender slipped out the back, by the way.
Good.
We'll just have him.
I'm glad he made it out.
Since he knew that his bar is going
Just
up in
crash
flames,
your
yeah.
Dirty 20?
200
I
gold
just
is
got that.
probably not enough for this.
Good thing I just got that insurance.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 will hit. Yep.
Okay. And that's going to be... Let's see. Oh. 13 damage.
13 damage.
Sorry, 12.
12 damage. Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Aramis, it is your turn.
Okay. I will just attack. Let's just try and get this guy down.
Okay.
Alright, so the first is a 18
18 will hit.
for 12 damage.
12 damage.
The second one is a 28
28 will hit.
for 8 damage.
8 damage.
And then the offhand is a crit.
Oh, nice.
Here comes the
Smite.
smites and the flourishes.
Yes.
Yeah, so that
I was
offhand
gonna-
attack, like you're deflecting this with your main hand and getting a couple good hits in, and your offhand kind of reaches around. And is it left-handed? Is your offhand?
Yes.
Okay. And as it like arcs around,
like
all of the fire around it just
frost.
starts spiraling into the blade itself.
I don't have any of that kind of stuff.
I was going to say, Alomah, yo-yo, and I was going to pull him 10 feet from me and then let you pull him back in and out of your...
Children's toys is another great way to bribe children, by the way.
I will keep that in mind
Like
for later.
yo-yos.
So that's going to be 24.
And you doubled the smite damage on that as well?
34.
34.
I guess fog is kind of cold and wet. I can make fog cloud.
Yeah, so once again, you hit him twice with your main hand. You bring the offhand around, and as it comes around, all that fire nearby just starts like spiraling towards the blade, so that when you hit, it's kind of like a fiery tornado along your sword.
Nice.
Does it pull some of the fire like away from the stuff so it's not burning anymore?
Yeah, sure. We'll go ahead and reduce
Like
that
these
by
two?
1. Yeah,
Um,
reduce it by 1. Don't.
So like move it back.
Yep. Cool. Okay. The swashbuckler is going to go next. Are you letting go of the grapple at this point?
I don't trust her.
Okay. She's not going to take any action then. It is your turn, Bolt.
Can I, if I'm grappling someone with, well, I don't know how the rules are. Is it both hands or one hand? Like,
don't think it
Technically,
matters.
it's
Just need a
one-handed,
free
right?
hand, yeah.
Yep.
so can I chain whip him
Yeah.
and try to?
Because I want to try to pull him out of your guardian so that you can pull him back in.
Mhm.
So I will attempt to do that. 19.
19 will hit.
Cool.
We're just going to turn on fire sounds.
Oh, wow.
The gentlest fire. The gentlest raging inferno.
it's just like a little fireplace.
Yeah.
7 damage.
7 damage.
Can I pull him 10 feet away? Boop, boop.
Okay. Yeah, he reels back.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Then it is the top
I
of the
am
round.
making sure I'm not like injuring her though.
Okay.
Right.
Uh,
I'm just holding her.
Yeah, you're just holding her in place.
Yeah.
Top of the round, the fire is going to start advancing again. Doot, doot. And that one that was 2 is now back to where it was before. The druid is going to kind of look around and see that things are not going quite the way that he wants them to. So he is going to cast Entangle. And basically the floorboards burst with vines around Alomah and Aramis. So both of you need to make me a strength saving throw, please.
I love that. They like, even though this is old dead wood,
Yeah.
he's able to like
Mhm.
reinvigorate it so it grows.
5.
5. Okay, you are restrained.
That is
There you
a 15.
15. Okay. 15 is not a save. You are also restrained. So these vines reach up and grab around you, and you can see that some of them are also like landing in the fire, and it's starting to like really pick up. And he said, if you want to burn, you can burn. And then he is going to wild shape again, but this time he is going to shape change into a bird, because he can do flying at this point. So he's going to change into like a pigeon, and he's going to fly out over Bolt's head.
Is it in range that I can do an opportunity attack?
No, because
I can try to swat him.
I mean, because the ceiling is probably like 10 feet tall.
10?
Yeah.
Because I'm 7'4".
Yeah, but
pretty
like,
long arms and a
you
shield.
still only technically
shield
take up
made
a
of-
5 foot square vertical. I would. Well, do you have an epic die? Make me an opportunity attack.
Okay.
Against a standard pigeon.
Come on.
Because pigeons aren't
Probably only
Does
has,
a 29
5
hit?
Points.
29 will hit. And roll me some damage, please.
Splat.
I'll use the stats for a hawk because I don't believe a pigeon is. Do you do 1 point of damage?
I do 11 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, you smack him, which is gonna go over and deal 10 points of damage.
Yeah, I interrupt his flight just enough that instead of going out the door,
So-
he slams into the right above the door.
So his trajectory is going out the door, and he is going to he's going to be falling. It's not 10 feet technically. Yeah, he'll land prone, but he'll land prone in the doorway itself. We'll say.
So like right here.
Yep. Yeah, and he just kind of like collapses in the doorway, and then it's Alomah's turn.
All right.
You are restrained currently, my friend.
Which means disadvantage on.
Can you cut yourself loose?
We
need to get you just like a knife or a little hatchet or something.
No time.
Let's see here.
No time. Fireball. Another one.
I'm tempted.
All of the very fancy liquor explodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing those cats were full of beer, not like
The shelves
whiskey
next
or
to it,
something.
though.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. That's the fancy stuff. That's the beer cell.
Sorry. I need to. Come on.
It was just a giant barrel of vodka. Did it just go way worse?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So I'm on the way home. I'm on the way home on the train. I'm on the way home on the train, and there's a Union Pacific freight train going by, and it's going by really slow. And I look over, and every car is labeled explosive property of U.S. Air Force, and I'm like, well, I hope I make it home.
Hopefully nothing happens on this train ride.
All right. Sorry.
Luckily, there's no separatists in Utah.
Yet.
Dang
Who knows? There's some crazies out here.
True.
They all had weird labels. I was trying to see if like one of them was labeled like literally C4 or something like that.
All right. I'm going
It's
to
like,
Toll the Dead
joke's on you. It's not actually
Okay.
C4.
on the Minotaur.
On the Minotaur.
So he needs to make a
It's a
wisdom
trap.
save of 19. Or take.
Well,
He actually fail for
he
once.
did actually fail for once.
He takes 10 damage. No. Sorry. These are D12s,
Yep.
not D8s.
You need to roll the d12s.
It doesn't matter. That was enough.
So he's laying down on the ground, just kind of like in pain, and all of a sudden, like the image of the unbroken moon appears before him, and he kind of like tilts his head, and then it eclipses to blackness, and he just screams as his mind is racked with a cacophony of sound and collapses.
Now that the entangle goes, right? Because it's a concentration spell.
Yes.
Okay, then.
Well,
I
he would
want-
have had to make it on my attack. He would have made his concentration save too. So
Yeah.
either way.
Maybe. Would have failed.
Technically, can they hold concentration while they're in wild shape form?
Yeah. As long as you
okay.
cast the spell beforehand.
Again, obviously, it follows different rules, but
Yeah. So I want to. Yeah. I mean, gosh, I used my action. I mean, at this point, combat's over.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Like.
yeah. If you guys want
So
to,
I want to run up to the fire.
Mhm.
First, I want to try casting Thaumaturgy because it says, gosh, I used to have Ice Storm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
and I switched it out last level because I'm like, I never used this.
Thaumaturgy allows you to basically snuff out a small fire.
I mean, it says you cause flames to flicker, brighten, dim, or change color. Would the dimming help?
You can basically make it look like it's less fire, but it's still a lot of fire. You can also change the color to a different color.
Ooh, purple. How about...
well, if we're going to burn, it's going to burn in style.
How about Gust? Could I like try and snuff out a section with a Gust
spell?
Sure.
How much does Gust affect?
I mean, it doesn't really say. It's like...
While you're like, weaving your spells, since we're not in combat, we're not doing turns,
yes.
Right? I'm gonna say, Aramis, can you hold her?
It'll push.
I'll come over there.
It'll push.
I'm gonna go over and try to
5 feet away. Anywhere. It'll push people 5 feet away.
Okay, so it's like a 5-foot gust of wind. Sure. It's not going to be the best, and technically it might fan the flames.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends on how strong the wind is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
It might be enough to hold back a section of it, but
I'm gonna try
something like wind.
I want to break
I
want to break open the other 2 casks of ale.
Okay.
And basically just shoulder them so that it basically floods the rest of the place.
So it's again
there's hundreds of gallons of ale there at that point.
True, but we're also looking at like half a building of fire, so I don't know. Like,
I want to put it out enough that we can easily get out.
Yeah, you guys can get out. That's fine. If you want to leave, the door isn't blocked. But you are able to push it back enough that you guys can make an escape without having to.
I also try, like I said, try to knock it down enough that like if there is a fire department or whatever, that can come in and help put it out.
What if I changed my Spirit Guardian damage to cold?
You just like walk around the room and let it.
Because I can't. I'd have to recast the spell.
Do you have an epic die?
No. I just used my last one. Somebody give me an epic die. Preston has one.
Can I gift one?
I'll let Aramis gift you one. That's fine.
Okay.
We'll take an epic die. Yeah, I'll let you change.
So
if it does change to cold.
Yeah, it can do cold, necrotic, or. Oh no! Wait! I might be thinking of a different spell.
Yeah, because I thought it was just radiant or...
It's radiant or necrotic. I was thinking of Spirit Shroud.
That's pretty good.
I'll give myself an epic die for that.
No, come
I was thinking of Spirit Shroud. Let me just confirm.
Like a trick shot with...
Angelic, yeah, and it's based... No.
Yep. Good idea. Wrong spell.
Polymorph.
Just change the fire into rabbits.
Is there
all
a
the fire
beast that spray water?
Squirtle.
Squirtle.
A goldfish.
Quick, somebody.
If it's not, and most of those would be monstrosities, probably.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything. We don't have a cask or a flask of endless water or whatever it's called.
A decanter.
Decanter. We can just geyser it.
Yeah.
Just like I don't have.
I could cast Lehman's tiny hut, but by the time I was done casting it, we'd all be.
We'll be safe in 10 minutes.
I have so many fire spells.
It's
almost like you built it for like.
Light
fire.
cleric.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and get out of here then.
Okay.
So I'll.
Yeah,
I'll make sure
swashbuckler doesn't put up any fight as you exit the building. You kind of come out of the smoke. Everybody can take not a point of exhaustion. We don't do that. Just you're just coughing a bit, as it were. This place is filling up pretty badly.
I don't need to breathe, so I'm good.
Are you sticking around? Because there is a little bit of a crowd, including the bartender, who is just staring at his whole business go up in flames. Or are you just going to be moving out of there?
I think we should.
I'm going to absorb elements. Absorb all the fire.
Again, like 5 foot maybe with that. I think a spell like control fire or control water would work really well. Or one of the walls. Yeah, not fog cloud, not quite. It might help a little bit. It might dampen things. Yeah.
I've got to have something. Flaming sphere.
Alomah, let's go.
No.
Flaming sphere. Just take the rest up in flames. That's fine.
Well, if I can't put the fire out, might as well join them. Fireball, the rest of the room.
Yep. The building next door.
It'll be like the Chicago
It's a straw
fire.
hat store, by the way.
Oh,
this is
geez.
not. Yeah.
But then there's another store that's store
Currently-
that sells marshmallows and popcorn.
Currently, there are citizens who are paying a much higher price for cloak rentals and they are like dipping them in like troughs of water to like wet blanket, like try and like help put out the fire with these woolen cloaks. And you can hear shouts in the distance, like people. There are people like approaching that might be be more equipped to handle this kind of stuff.
I mean, I would want to stick around and like help. Like if there's a bucket brigade, like do you know what I mean? I'll do whatever I can.
If you guys stick around after about like 5 minutes or so. Well,
is there a water tower we can tip over?
Tiscadia's water tower. It's a lesser known.
It just flows down the whole city.
After a couple minutes, a couple gnomes actually come up. Not typically who you would think would be fighting fires, but they are carrying these decanters, and they will come up and they'll both just like plant their feet and they both shout "Geyser" at the same time and just start like spraying back the water. One of them specifically like turns to the bartender as he's spraying and he's like, "Is there anything in there that's explosive?" And he's like, "I've got a lot of expensive liquors in there." And they're like, "Okay, well, let's try and hurry this up," and it's at that point that you hear a in the back. It's like, yeah, there's definitely going to be nothing left of this bar by the time they get to it. But the two of them are able to contain it to that one building.
Well, hey.
With the help of everybody passing water buckets. And
on the bright side, this was the most run-down building in town.
It's true.
So it will be rebuilt with something better.
We'll wait for the insurance company to come in with the estimate.
We'll gentrify this whether you like it or not.
And so by the time that like they've got it contained to just this one building, they're keeping other buildings from catching fire. They know it's kind of a lost cause until anybody else gets there. A couple more fire brigade members show up. Again, it's like anybody with a decanter of endless water basically comes up. They just come running up and shout "Geyser" and start contributing to putting this thing out until it is nothing but a smoldering ruin. And the bartender is just kind of like sitting there. There's some people like patting him on the back.
This was our first building we burned down in this whole campaign.
That's true.
So
achievement unlocked.
Preston wasn't even here for it. That's like right up his alley.
That is very odd.
He probably has something that
his cloak of whatever
water putting out.
His cloak of many things.
One of them's just like a fire hydrant.
Yep, a hose. Don't know where the water comes from, but yeah. And one of the fire brigade comes over and they're like, "I hear that you are the ones that started this blaze. Is that correct?"
I am. Yes.
Do you mind telling me? Well, A, what happened, and B, if...
It was in self-defense.
And the swashbuckler goes, technically you attacked us first. We were defending ourselves.
You should probably keep your mouth shut.
I didn't attack. I said you should get out of here, and then the Minotaur jumped up.
And she points at Alomah but doesn't say anything. And he goes, okay... Look, I'm not on the guard squad that we have here. Just
okay. Send the bill to the Arcanum. They'll take care of all this.
Yeah, no, that's not something that we can do.
What would make this right?
Well, you're going to have to appear before the local magistrate, basically, at this point. Try and either say if it's not your fault, you'll have to prove yourselves, or. You'll have to argue that it's not any issues.
We know the mayor.
You know the mayor, technically. Here, can I get your names, please?
Alomah Stargazer.
Okay, and he'll write that down in this little booklet. And
you can leave my friends out of this. I'm the one that's
I gotta take everybody's name. I'm
Aramis sorry. Order Helm. Proudly write my name there.
Yeah, is that right? And he just double checks to make sure that the name spelling is right. And you?
On Bolt.
Bolt, okay. And then he turns to the swashbuckler and she goes, Mellifraxus. And he writes that down. And he goes, all right.
Insight checker. See if that's really her real
name.
Sure. Because I thought it was, what it was.
Still,
yeah.
That's 17.
Let's see. Yeah, she's not telling the truth there.
Say.
You can't prove that, but you're pretty sure that like she's lying.
She's lying.
And And he turns to her and she goes, "No, I'm not." And give me a persuasion check. We'll see who they believe.
11.
The gnome kind of just pinches the bridge of his nose. He goes, "Look, again, I'm not on the brute squad here, so just all of you appear before the magistrate, or else we'll put a bounty out, or they'll put a bounty out on you, or whatever it is."
And when is this?
As soon as you can. I don't really. Again, I own the shop like 2 doors down.
Is like about a month out. Sorry.
Would you be willing to take a bribe to not turn this in?
No, that sounds incredibly immoral.
This is Southport.
I mean, how does 300 gold sound?
Give me a persuasion check.
It's more than we paid for the bar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Alomah.
9.
No, sorry.
I can go higher.
I think I'm lawful.
The fact that you guys are destroying property around the same area that I do business,
but it's
is
for
not
the kids.
something
Neutral good.
I don't care
Won't
who it's
somebody
for.
think of the children?
Title of the episode. No, sorry. Appear before the magistrate. I don't want to deal with this anymore. I have had a long day before this fire. Just look, if you want to be citizens here, you have to follow the rules.
We shall.
We live in a society, guys. And he says as he walks away.
Southport is like on fire.
Yeah.
Like sword fight clanking noises going on.
Yeah, there's thugs
That said,
roaming the streets.
if the society is so important, how is it that thugs are mugging children in the streets?
The guy's already walked away at this point.
Shaking my head.
Question.
Well, when we go before the magistrate, we can tell our side of the story.
Southport, baby.
I also know the mayor, so I know the mayor.
Sorry, if I'm speaking out of turn, I'm sorry, but it is technically your fault. This whole mess.
Never.
Had you not been mugging
Again,
children?
he was the one who activated his magic first. We reacted to that.
You started mugging children long before this.
Puncher.
No, I'm not gonna. But
Yeah, if you want to try to argue to the magistrate that you were being vigilantes, fine.
we have a contract. Victor signed it. Remember?
You do have a contract with the mayor. She does not know that, though. Yeah.
All right, we got our defense. We got it all set up.
Yeah, you're going to have a conversation with Leah about this and find out what needs to be
Yeah,
done.
exactly. We'll have Kilobix.
Look, all right. Here's the deal. As we made an agreement, I tell you what I know about the Kraken's maw, and you let me get out of here.
Meant by get out of here.
I'll leave Salsport completely. This town is not going to like me after...
And promise never to mug children again.
Yeah, I didn't like it in the first place. That's fine.
You should have stopped it.
Criminal with a heart of gold.
Anyway,
Stopped it. You know,
let's
funny. Anyway,
start talking.
there are... you've only taken out one sect of the Kraken's maw. There are 4 other gang leaders scattered throughout the city that if you really want to make sure that we don't do anything, they don't do anything any further.
And what are their names?
Oh, great question. The names of the different council leaders are Asaran Oakenwish, and that's Aeceran, and Oakenwish like Oakenshield. I'll also post them in Discord if you want as well.
AECER.
Aeceran.
Okay.
There's Davim Robuscon, DAVM, last name ROBRUSQON. See, this is why you don't get the journal, right? So you don't have to worry about listening to the names. Jala Dusk Reaver, and that is JALA, And then Dusk Reaver, I'm assuming that...
I'm not going to worry about the last names until you'll send them to us. I'll write it down.
Yep. And then Ecom. E-K-A-M.
And where are these four located?
I do have that information, so just a second here. I'm going to post that just in the chat. Asarin is at the Meast household. It's a 2-story household, M-E-A-S-T, that they run out of on the lower tier. Davum is at Grandthorn's butcher shop is their base of operations, and that's on the mid tier here. Jala hangs out at the Isbin graveyard, which is up on the upper tier.
We probably know where that one is, because we're up there too.
Yeah. And then Ecom, she runs out of the Eddie's dockyard down in the lower tier.
The Eddie's dockyard?
Yep, out of Eddie's dockyard.
Okay.
We're going to give you one more task when you leave.
That really wasn't part of the deal.
One more task.
Intimidation check, please. With advantage, she knows what you've been doing. She's seen what you can do.
Good, thank you.
I just realized that.
Spread the word amongst the other thugs that you run into throughout Aneria. If they bring their filth to Southport, they'll have to answer to us.
Wow. All right. I'll do what I can. Now, may I?
I don't have anything else for her. Do either of you?
Okay.
You're free to go.
So.
She's going to stand up.
Don't forget the magistrate.
Dust herself off. She's got a lot of ash on her.
Do I get any weird Zolos promptings?
You definitely, you feel
Do you have
the
your
urge for
fruit thing?
justice. It has not
You
been
could eat?
fulfilled yet.
I do.
If you
Does
you
it
wanted
feel
to do
like-
that beforehand.
Like a demand or more of just
Save it.
unanswered, like...
Oh, you see if your god's like, don't let it go.
Yeah.
Don't let it go.
It's a demand. So she's going to turn and start
I'm
walking
just
away.
gonna go behind her and say, Zolos demands justice.
Her eyes go wide moments before you slit her throat.
Oh no!
She definitely did not have a lot of hit points left. And she collapses to the ground.
Aramis.
Dead.
What did you do?
What my god demands that I do.
We're going to have a talk with your god.
And that talk is going to have to come next time, because that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. There are more gangs to fight here in Salsport, because why not? Shattered Realms will never have other realms in it. It will just be you guys making one city safe.
Hey, the gangs
Salsport
all
safe.
start
Aneria
somewhere.
safe, one city
and
at a
I'm
time.
sure they're out there.
Yep.
Yeah. We're going to go to the gang planet.
The gang
From Star Trek, it's the 1950s gangster planet.
Yes.
We're going to go there and take it over.
Yep. But thank you, everybody, for joining us. Once again, thank you to Syrinscape for their wonderful music and sounds tonight. The crackling fire that you heard that was prevalent throughout was pretty cool, and added a little bit of ambience. We might add a little bit more fire in post-production.
Yeah.
Cory, did I add more fire in post-production? Good. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join us on Twitch or YouTube on Fridays. Join our Discord. And buy our merch. We have some cool Tales of Aneria stuff currently, and we've got some more in the works. Coming soon.
Ring that dinger.
Ring-a-ling that dinger.
Yep.
Ring in the new year.
Ring-a-ling.
Wait, it's not the new year yet.
Wait, it's still November.
And have a wonderful evening.
Thanks, guys.
Nicely done.
Oh, that was fun.
Inspiration for Aramis tonight. That was perfect use of asking your god, oh crap, wait.
Wait a
Hey,
second.
can I get it too? I punched a bird.
You punched it.
And you tried to acquire children.